Hello, do you like New Japan Pro Wrestling? Are you a Shin Nihon freak? If so, check out the Super J-Cast with Joel and Damon on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network.
And even if you fucking hate New Japan Pro Wrestling, listen to the Super J-Cast anyway. Not just for our great show reviews, analysis, and pastrami sandwiches, but there's also usually some dick jokes somewhere in the obligatory opening 30 minutes of absolute nonsense we chat about every single week. That's the Super J-Cast for all the best talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, crisps, and pornography.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Thank you so much for supporting WWE and NXT and me. You're so sweet.
You are listening to the Flagship Podcast with your hosts, Joe Lanza.
I know you cannot wait to discuss Jelly Roll and Randy Orton as a tag team. Sami Zayn.
Let's go!
You're really excited about Jelly Roll. I didn't know you were that excited about Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, but all right.
Rich Craig.
I am the glamour, and you are nothing but fake superstars. The crowd just... And we are live on the Flagship Podcast. I am Rich. He is Joe. Joe, what's happening? How are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Sounds very disingenuous.
Another trip on the globe for me. It's fine. Whatever.
Wow. Another year of accomplishing nothing?
No, I think we did accomplish a lot this year.
I think so, too.
Yeah, it was we did a lot. Yeah, I accomplished a lot. I lost some things along the way, but I think I gained something along the way as well. So I give and a take. Last year was for me. So
what the fuck you so mopey for then?
Well, I don't know. It's fine.
You don't sound fine.
I'm good.
It's fine.
Yeah. Every day's
like,
another day.
It's like, well, my wife texts me, how's your day going? And I text back every day, fine, period.
That's what I get. I get from the nurse. I get okay. Sometimes with the period, sometimes without. That's the only difference.
I give the period. I like
okay.
giving the period. It's a whole nother vibe with the period.
See, the period, when I get the okay period, I think, it's not good. Okay without the period is like, it's fine.
Well,
she doesn't really want to talk about it.
Why are you asking how our days are?
I just want to know.
What do you want to know? You ask her when she gets home. Right?
I want to know what I'm coming home to, though.
Oh, I see. You're preemptive striking.
Yeah, I'm finding out. I'm like, okay, all right. So you got to be on my best behavior then. Got to, make sure dinner's looking good. Got to make sure the baby's all taken care of, everything. Don't have her come home to a mess if I got okay, period. That's not good.
All right. See, my wife from work will just text me, how is your day going? Because she's like a nice person who really wants to know. And I don't have time for that shit.
Right.
I don't.
Well, also, you're just at home watching a game or scratching yourself or whatever. What is ever happening? How is any day in the Lanza estate?
They're all fine.
I figure they're all baseline fine, right?
They're just, And then she'll be like, why do you always just say fine? And I'm like, why do we have the same conversation every day? I'm like, because it's fine. If there was something worth you knowing, I'd reach out to you, I just operate on that kind of logic. We can catch up when you get home. I would love to talk to you when you get home for hours, and I do. I don't understand the midday, how's your day going?
Mm-hmm. You're also a bad texter too, so.
On purpose, because I've learned over the years, if you're the better texter you are, the more text you're going to get from people. And I don't want that. I want to minimize my...
As discussed on the Tuesday flagship this week is, communication, you would prefer much less of it going directed your way.
Just, okay, here's the thing. Why are you asking me how my day is at, I don't know, 3:30 when you're going to be home at 5:30. We can talk at 5:30. Like, what's the urgency of knowing how my day is going 2 hours before we're going to see each
Maybe
other?
she's doing what I'm doing and trying to test the waters and seeing what kind of Joe she's coming home to.
I am one. I'm one level. I'm always in a good mood.
I think at some point she has to adjust to Gen X Joe Lanzo here, who's just always operating at like a 7.5. You know what I mean?
That's it. I don't get too high and I never get low. I'm one reasonably high level. I'm a pretty. I don't know if jovial is the right word. That's a little strong.
Jovial is a little strong for you. I don't think you're jovial.
I'm a pretty.
I think you're content.
I'm a happy
I think you're
guy.
content. I think content is the word I would use for you.
I think a little stronger than content and a little weaker than jovial.
Okay.
Whatever that word is.
Let us know. What word can we use? Less than jovial, more than content.
I'm a pretty happy guy. Like I don't know. Life is good. I love life. I love my life. This is the best my life's ever been. I'm fine. Fine. That's the word. That's why I use it.
Fine.
It's fine.
To some people, fine doesn't describe good. Like, if people aren't content being fine. Unless you know what I mean? Some people would see fine as less than. I'm fine is like, oh, I'm getting through the day, or like I don't know. Like you see fine as everything's good. I think other people read fine as, oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like fine's a word that you use to tell you don't have the you don't want to tell people you're not feeling good. So you say I'm fine. How are you feeling? I'm fine.
I can understand that. Some people will do that if they just don't want to express their feelings, I guess. I just mean it in a literal sense. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's good.
See, I think if your text said fine, everything's good, that'd be a little different.
Maybe, but I see
the fine period is I would read fine period as things are not fine.
I admit that's a bit trollish to put the period on the end. There's
well, and that's more just like 5 or 6, 7 years of the same text string happening back and forth. So I get that, I guess.
And then it's, well, why don't you want to talk to me? No, I do. I want to talk to you when you get home. I don't need the string of texts throughout the day. Now that's going to make me not fine. That's going to annoy me. You see?
Maybe she's just trying to get some hope from the last hour of her day, trying to get some, get her through that last hour while you're just at home watching golf from Saudi Arabia or some shit. She's like, just give me something. Just give me something so I can get home from work and feel good. You're like, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. I'm watching the live golf. It's fine.
She gets a lovely greeting when she gets home. Sometimes a little bit of a horny greeting. It's not like there's a lack of, any of that. It's just if you ask me how my day is going and it's merely going fine, that's what I'm going to say. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. Right? What else do you say? Well, you see, the nurse is with me here because she's just like, it's okay. Now leave me alone. I want to get back to whatever it is I'm doing.
Yeah, well, but here's the problem though, is I'll get okay, period, whatever, and then an hour later I'll get a call and it's like she wants to talk I'm like, okay, well, I can't talk for 25 minutes about the person who pissed you off at work. I was like, we could discuss this when you get home, but that's the problem is I get the okay text, but then I get the okay, now I want to talk for 25 minutes about coworker X, and I'm like, okay, I can't just sit here and listen to this for 25. I'm at work. Like she'll be driving like home from work, or like she'll be driving like or walking between buildings at her work, and it's like, okay, now I'm going to talk to Rich about the person that's pissing me off, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not, I can't really sit here and just take your call for 35 minutes. So where where you're anti-text, I'm anti-phone call. I would prefer to text. I'll text all goddamn day if you want. You call me, and I have to answer the phone, and I don't, and that conversation is not over within a minute or two. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like audibly groaning on the other end, hoping that she gets the picture, even though it's been like 4.5 minutes. It hasn't been that long. And I'm like, Yeah. Yeah. I haven't said a word. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. I gotta. Yeah. And it just it's in one ear out the other. I can't stand phone calls. I hate talking on the phone.
Me too. I hate them. I hate them too. I get the lunch hour phone call, and I know I have to. I grit my teeth. I have to answer. Oh man, I have to answer this. But again, I don't understand. Like, you're gonna be home in a few hours. You can tell me all this at home. We can look each other in the eye.
I've considered the not answer the call, but I don't think that's a good idea either.
You have to answer it
because you never know because there's one out of like 37 times it's actually like something important.
Yeah.
So I have to answer it every time. But if you don't answer it, you get the call back, and then you're like, "Oh, it must be important." Then you answer. She's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Yeah." Here's what happened. I'm like, what? Like, you called right back. Like, I thought it was a big deal. I didn't answer, and you called right back. I figure, something major just happened. Please answer the phone. No, it's just like, you didn't answer. No, okay. So I called again. Yeah. You answered. Yeah.
Now you're in trouble for not answering the first time.
Right. Exactly.
So you got to grit your teeth.
Women, am I right, Joe? Welcome to the Flagship podcast. The wives, huh? That's the name of our new show.
You got to answer it.
The wives, huh? That's our new show.
Yeah, but the texting thing, me and the nurse are on the same side.
Yes.
But the calls, I don't want those either. I'm all about.
See, she does both, and I feel like you can't be both.
Both. I'm all about in-person intimacy and communication. Here's the other problem. When I'm wooing a woman, I'm like the world's greatest texter. You should see the prose that I sent to the So then it sets an expectation, you see. It's like, this guy's phenomenal.
That's your
texter.
fault. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, once I close the deal, I'm like, all right, that chapter is over. I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish here. I don't need to talk to you anymore via those means. This sounds crueler than it is.
It does sound terrible, but I see what you're saying.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like we live together. Why do I need to send you these, wall of text, text messages? I don't need to do that anymore. We're going to see each other. And it just, I'm a pragmatic person. Just doesn't, I don't.
Except the Christmas texts that I don't get. Yeah, I don't get the Christmas text. But that's fine.
Okay. Once again, you don't get the Christmas messages because we say it on the air. It would be redundant to then send.
It's all right. It's fine.
It's fine. I've already
Joe,
say it.
It's fine.
I don't do a 3-hour podcast where we exchange Christmas greetings with, I don't know, who's someone that gets whoever gets a Christmas.
Sounds like a lot of people do. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people. So.
I'm a nice guy. A lot of people do. Now you get, I'll let you not respond once, but if you don't respond 2 years in a row, you're off the list.
You're off the list. Okay.
That's just me simplifying things. It's not, because I don't send Christmas cards. And now over the years, what I've noticed is we no longer receive any Christmas cards.
Yeah, when we first moved into this house, I got like 15 Christmas cards. And I've never sent one. This last year, I got 0, not a 1.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm obviously not insulted by it.
Yeah.
It's fine because I understand that's an unspoken sort of this transaction's over because you're not fulfilling your end of it. You're not getting one anymore, right? So it's fine. It's not insulting if I don't get a response. It's just the second year. All right, well, they don't get the Christmas message anymore. You don't get the Christmas message because you get it now.
Okay.
Like right now you get it.
I don't want it now. I'd prefer it around Christmas.
Well, you don't get it in February. You get it on the show. So it's like, what am I going to do? We're going to end the show, and then 6 hours later, you're going to get the Merry Christmas DM that everybody else gets. It seems silly to me. Again, I'm a pragmatic guy. You already got the greeting. You got it already. So, Trevor Dame might get it, but I don't do a 3-hour podcast with Trevor Dame.
Wow.
There's
right.
a random, Yeah. Well, what are you bothered by? You get it in person, like on the air. If I did a 3-hour podcast with Trevor Dame, he wouldn't get the Christmas greeting. I think he still gets one.
I hope he responds. He seems like he's a
responder.
He seems like a stand-up responder for sure.
Trevor Dame's a responder. There's something self-deprecating in the response.
Of
probably,
course, perfect Trevor Dame response. Yeah. That's Ibu last year. I know you said he got one, didn't reply. He was in the chat room and he was like, I didn't get one. And then he was like, wait, I did. And it's like, but this was like 2 weeks later though. It was too late. Yeah. I don't know. Does that still count against his,
It's one strike. If I send him one this year and he doesn't respond, he'll never get one again. But look, the Twitter DMs are sketchy. Sometimes I'll go into my Twitter DMs and it says I don't have any, and I have like 7 of them.
Oh yeah, it's a disaster.
Like I'll go in there to write a DM, and I'll have like 7 new DMs, and I'm like, what? I didn't get a notification, and then like the oldest one, sometimes it'll be from like the last time I was in there, which could be a week ago, right? And then the person just thinks I'm blowing them off, and it becomes very awkward.
I have the opposite, where I just always says I have one, and I don't. I've cleaned out. I've deleted everyone. I've scrolled back years to see if there's. It just always says one. Every time I get in there, notification 1, and I click it every fucking time. So it's probably just a gimmick to try to get me to click it every single time. Right. But I click it every time.
And there's nothing there.
And there's nothing ever there, and it goes away. And then the next time I go to goddamn x.com, there's a little bubble right on the, and I'm like, ugh. And I do it again, and I click, and it never goes away. So
it might be one from like 2017.
I have scrolled to the very first that we've ever sent, and it's still it's nothing. I don't know.
It might be from someone who gets mad at you, and you leave it on read on or unread, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Might be from that guy. I don't know.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I mean, you got to have at least 12 or 13 from that person. Unread. That could be it. Yeah,
I'm sure there's probably one I'm missing from like 2015.
That's probably it.
We buried somebody on the flagship, and because this is like on the Voices Wrestling account, so I'm sure we buried somebody, and someone's like, yikes.
Yikes. Oh God.
Yikes, Alley Cat is really improving. You guys should be nicer to her or something. All right.
No. Yeah, that would track.
Right.
That would track. Yeah, so I don't know. All right.
So you're fine. You're fine. That's good. No, I don't. Yeah, I need it. No. I don't.
You know what I'll do?
No, you know what? No. If you're gonna force it, I'm fine. I don't need it.
If you're that insulted by,
save it. Save your text. I don't need them.
We're gonna exchange our Christmas greetings on the show, and then 5 minutes later, I'm gonna send you a text.
Okay.
And you're gonna see how silly that is.
I'm gonna understand. Wow, this is annoying.
You're gonna say, "Wow, this is dumb." Now, then you on the other end of the phone, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit! Okay, do I have to reply to this? We just said these things," and then now you're in an awkward position of, I just told this fucking guy. I just told him
probably
Merry
just won't
Christmas.
reply, which is the best part. I probably just like look at it and go, oh, yeah, whatever. And then
I got to say Merry Christmas again because I feel obligated, So now, okay, you asked for it.
No.
In fact, I may just send a Christmas card this year. How about that?
That'd be nice. You...
Hard
the
copy.
Family, Miss Maggie Moo. You're holding Miss Maggie Moo at Sears.
Moo.
You guys went to Sears or JCPenney and got the.
She's got a little Christmas cap on.
Right.
Yeah.
The boy's in his nicest sweater. The girl's in her nicest little dress. Yeah.
The cat is frozen in that position she gets in when anyone picks her up from behind. She freezes and
right, with the little cap on.
Yeah, her little cap on.
What would be your outfit? Because I know you have the Joe Lanza outfit. Would the Joe Lanza outfit change with a Sears or JCPenney Christmas card?
Track pants, white T-shirt, 2 sizes too small.
You'd stick with the you wouldn't put a polo shirt on, a button up, nothing.
No.
No button up with the sleeves rolled up even.
That's what I'm wearing right now. Track pants, white T-shirt, 2 sizes too small.
At least you're wearing pants. That's a change.
I do have pants on. It's a little chilly today. It was like 78 breezy.
Poor thing. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. That's my uniform. sometimes shorts.
The track pants. Now, are we talking Adidas? Do we have a stripe down the side, or are these just like? Are you calling every like? Are they joggers and you're calling them track pants? Like, what do you?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just long.
Or are they like swishy? Are they swishy or are they like
pants? Athletic. No, these are. I don't really like the swishy ones.
Yeah. Okay. Because then you'd be like an Eastern European guy with the swishy.
Yeah,
like
I don't like the swishy
Adidas.
No, not the swishy ones.
So these are just like.
Yeah, like athletic.
Yeah,
pants.
just like classic athletic pants. What would be the term that they would like joggers? But I don't think they're called joggers.
These days,
yeah, but I don't think but there's a difference of joggers and just straight up.
Kids are calling them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But yours probably don't go with like the tight leg at the bottom. You're probably just a straight fit, I'd imagine.
I got a couple different. I got tight leg at the bottom.
Okay,
I got no tight leg at the bottom. I got a few is variety.
Yeah. That's what I was wearing earlier. Yeah, that's what I was wearing earlier. But now I got the hoodie and the shorts. That's my usual go-to. So, all right, this is a stupid show. All right, should we talk about wrestling at any point or anything? Yeah,
call.
Yeah. We probably should. Probably should talk about wrestling. All right, today. That's what we're going to cover on this here episode of The Flagship. We're going to catch up on Fantasticamania. We're going to review, nights 3, night 4 didn't air, night 5 and night 6. So we're going to cover night 3, night 5 and night 6, get you up to speed on what's going on with Fantasticamania. We're also going to talk about New Japan's New Beginning in the USA coming up this weekend, or it's actually tomorrow, right? Friday night. Trenton, New Jersey, the Cure Insurance Arena, I want to say is what the thing's called in Trenton, New Jersey these days. New Japan New Beginning in USA. We're talking about NXT Stand and Deliver moving off of WrestleMania Weekend, what that means, why it's happening, all that other good stuff. Preview this weekend's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view Saturday from the United Center in my backyard. And then talk about AJ Styles and what's going on with his career. And actually, that's probably a good spot to start. So let's discuss AJ Styles, because we had a lengthy AJ Styles discussion on the subscriber-exclusive flagship earlier this week. What do you mean a subscriber-exclusive flagship, Joe? What happened? We did a flagship on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was wild. Crazy.
So, yes, we did it
Who's
Tuesday.
plugging it? Me or you?
I got it. I got you. I got you here. So, yes, no, you're good as we waited. You felt like you were on a roll, so I was like, I'm going to let him cook.
I think you wanted me to do it, but then I wasn't sure.
Yeah. That's all right. I will do it. Hey, yes, we did a Tuesday flagship this week. Some weeks, most weeks, we've done it, 3 out of 4 weeks, I think, so far in February. We said we were kicking things off in heavy gear in February. Yeah, 3 out of 4 weeks. We've done an additional flagship. It just so happened to be on Tuesdays. It's not always going to be on Tuesdays. Sometimes it might be on a Monday. Who knows what days it's going to be. Some weeks you might not get an extra flagship. This week you did get an extra flagship, but it is a subscriber exclusive flagship. It is only available to $10 tier members at flagshippatreon.com. So if you want to listen to that flagship, you can listen to it live when we do it at whatever time we're going to do it. We've been doing them, at noon on Tuesdays, but that might change and alter or whatever. But if you want to listen live, we'll give you the live link. But we also do the audio replay is again available at flagshippatreon.com on the $10 tier. It will not appear on your free podcast feeds. It won't appear on your free Spotify feed, not your Overcast, your Downcast, any cast. No. Apple Podcast, no. It will only appear on the $10 tier at flagshippatreon.com. Now, you can attach that because we had some people ask, like, do I always have to listen on Patreon? You don't always have to listen on Patreon. They will give you an RSS link when you subscribe to Patreon, and then you can add that link to whatever podcast app you want, be it Spotify or Overcast or Downcast or Apple Podcasts or whatever. So you can get it on there. But yeah, the free podcast feed that will always have this show. That will always have the typical Thursday live, Friday replay. That will always appear still on your free podcast feeds. The extra flagships, though, are subscriber exclusive. And this week on the subscriber exclusive flagship, like we said, we talked about AJ Styles. Lengthy discussion about what's going on with his career, what's next for him. We touched on Bronson Reed's injury from Raw, what it means for the future of the Vision. We talked about Ring of Honor moving to Studio Wrestling. I believe this weekend is their start in Studio Wrestling. So we talked about some ways that Ring of Honor could really differentiate themselves by moving to the studio, what they can really do to make this move something substantial, the benefits of Studio Wrestling, a bunch of stuff like that. And then we also reviewed All Japan Pro Wrestling's Excite Series show from February 23rd, which featured a Triple Crown title match between Kento Miyahara and Jun Saito, and some other thoughts about All Japan Pro Wrestling. We also talked about how Joe doesn't like getting text messages and emails from his school. So you got your normal banter too. Wasn't all serious professional wrestling. You got some banter in there as well. We also talked about your appearance in the Baseball Prospectus annual which I will, again, link in the show notes because we've had a lot of people that said, hey, cool, I'll buy that. 2026 Baseball Prospectus Annual. Joe wrote the player profiles for the Cincinnati Reds. So we definitely recommend checking that out if you're a baseball fan of any level. It's a must-have for the baseball season, so we'll have a link in the show notes as well, so you can buy the 2026 Baseball Prospectus Annual and read that Cincinnati Reds section with Joe's player profiles, and then read the whole thing because it's a great book if you love baseball. And we're getting close. We're getting there. I'm feeling it. So I'm getting the baseball feels, which is nice. So I watched a couple spring training games. I've started I used to love spring training, but I don't know what's happened. I'm kind of where you're at now. I watch spring training. I'm like, this stinks. And I just turn it off. Like I try. I always, that first game of the year, I'm like, all right, spring training, baby, let's go. And it sounds so good. And like, it's hot in Arizona and there's like and you just hear the cleats and you hear the donut, leave the bat as a guy is getting the batter's circle. And I'm like, oh man, baseball's here. The snap of the ball into the mitt. And then you watch like 3 innings and you're like, spring training kind of stinks, right? It's weird. I don't know. Once you got that in my head, I'm there now. And I used to really enjoy spring training baseball, but now I just think it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I usually make it like maybe 2 innings of the first game. I amazingly made it through all 9 of the spring opener last week, but the Reds haven't been on TV since. But what I have been doing is, they play in the afternoon. So I'll hop in the car, sit in the school parking lot, waiting for the kids to get out and listen to the Reds game in the car while I fuck around on my phone. Waiting for the kids to get out.
I do think baseball on the radio is the superior. I love watching baseball, but I really love listening to baseball on the radio. There's something about it. I don't know why. I love the idea of just in the car or like hanging out in the backyard or riding my bike and just listening to a baseball game. There's something about it, man. I don't know. It's a little bit different than watching. I don't know why. I just prefer it.
Yeah, well, it's the only sport that's good on the radio. No other sport is good on the radio. In fact, like basketball is terrible.
Oh, it's the worst radio one, yeah. Because the guys feel like they have to tell you everything that's happening, but there's 50 things happening every minute. So it's like, the pass goes here, to the left. He goes to the left.
Pass
He
the
gets the screen.
baseline.
A layup, rebound. It's like, all right, calm down. Calm down. I don't need to know. Just give me the big picture stuff. I don't need to know every dribble and every pass. Like, just,
It's the shits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's baseball is the only sport. It's like you see it in your head as they're describing it on the radio. It's just it's something magical there. Where
and it's a hard thing to do, and I think that's you probably know the name Len Casper, right? He was the Cubs play-by-play guy for many years. He when they moved over to the Marquee Network, they were leaving Comcast Sportsnet or whatever, or NBC Chicago Sports or whatever the hell it was, and they were going to move to the new Marquee Network, their new RSN or whatever. And they were giving him some shit about wearing a suit and all that sort of stuff. And he was kind of like, stupid or whatever. But then an opportunity came to move across town to do the White Sox, but not the TV, and do the radio, the White Sox radio. And he took it. And people were like, what are you doing? You left Cubs TV for White Sox radio? And the White Sox were an up-and-coming team at that time. So that was, a lot of people thought he was doing that. But he always said it was just like, I just admire how cool it is to do baseball on the radio. You have to color the whole thing for everybody. You tell everybody how the grass looks. You let everybody know what jerseys are looking like. You let everybody know what, it's just you're filling in these gaps because there's not a lot of action to call. So you have to really just, you have to figure out how to kind of color between those lines and let people know and let people into the stadium and let people into that ballpark, even if they're in their car fucking around on their phone or whatever. So he took it as a fun challenge of I want to do radio. I think it's really cool to just do radio and try to do, because that was his idols growing up were not TV guys. His idols were radio guys, which is really cool.
I think that with baseball on the radio, it's the only sport where you get a reasonable vision of what's happening without seeing it, because it's the easiest sport to describe with words on the radio. And you hear the crack of the bat.
Yeah.
You hear the crowd roar if the home team makes a play or gets a hit. You hear the ball smack the catcher's mitt on a third strike. Whereas these other sports, it's like football on the radio. There's no sound. There's nothing audible when a quarterback completes a 12-yard out route to a receiver.
Right. You don't usually hear the crowd with football either, because the announcer is usually yelling and screaming as the big play is happening.
you can't hear a tackle, so there's that factor of it too, where you almost you feel like you're there in a sense, and it's also easy to describe. The one thing about the spring training baseball games is what I've noticed as I've listened to more of them. No matter what team it is, no matter what crew it is, at some point in the 6th or 7th inning, they're going to make a hacky joke about their scorecard being all screwed up because there's so many substitutes. Well, there goes my scorecard, Bill, as they bring Snodgrass in to play left field. I think his name is Snodgrass.
Did that the Cubs Sox. They had like an opener. It was like last week or whatever, and by the 3rd inning, everybody had cycled in and out or whatever. And they're just like, well, some new guys are on the field, and we don't know who they are, so we'll try to look their numbers up and let you know next inning what's happening in the game or whatever. And it's like, I don't really care that much. You don't have to. And then, like you said, they would laugh. They're like, my scorecard's a disaster. How about yours? Mine's terrible, too. So who's that number, 81? Let's look up 81, see who that is. It's just like, you don't really have to. It's all right. Like,
always with the scorecard joke. Yeah. Every fucking spring training game with the
running out of lines in my scorecard. I have to go to the back to try to fill this out.
Yeah. So baseball prospectus, 31st year. I was graciously invited to write the Reds player comments by Brian Grosnick. I know I said this on the paywall show, but on this one that thousands of more people will be listening to, thank him publicly for inviting me to the process, and his bosses for taking a chance on a pro wrestling podcaster and writer. But yeah, they liked the samples I sent, and then I got good feedback on the work that I did. So it's in print now. You can't cancel me and take me out of it. It's there forever. But maybe I'll be invited back next year, and we'll see. Maybe I'll continue to write these Reds player capsules. So,
it was you and Grant Brisbee. That's a hell of a lineup there for the Reds.
Yeah, he did the essay.
Yeah,
he did the
essay.
That's
a hell of a 1-2 punch there.
I did the player profiles. Didn't Ray Ratto write the White Sox?
He did,
essay?
and I was like, hold on a minute.
That's a strange one. Ray Ratto.
Look, I like Ray. He didn't do a very good job. He didn't capture the essence of the White Sox. No, I don't think. And there's a lot to write about with the White Sox. Trust me. And
shouldn't he be writing about the Giants?
That's what I thought. I was like, stay in your fucking. How's your territory doing, pal? Don't worry about my territory.
Yeah.
I was kind of and I like Ray. Ray's a good writer, but he kind of missed the mark on the White Sox one, which weird because the player profiles was from Jim Margulis, who does the Sox Machine, which is a great White Sox blog and a great White Sox podcast as well. So we did the profiles, which is fine. I get that. But man, I would have gotten somebody like him to do there's a lot. Again, there's so much to write about the White Sox, and Ray, he just kind of missed the mark. It's clear he didn't have a local idea. He just had like a big picture. The White Sox like nationally are kind of a joke or whatever. But you can do that and then also talk about how much of a joke they are. And I think he kind of missed the mark there. So,
wow. There's a burial of veteran baseball writer Ray Ratto.
I like him. I usually like him.
Who's only been doing it for like 50 years.
Right. But, what does he know?
It's
who'd he ever beat? Who'd Ray Ratto ever beat?
Yeah. Rich is like, get this guy off of my team essay. Get someone. Get Pontecorvo in there. So he's not happy with the Ray Ratto. All right, well, you can enjoy the Reds player profiles and all the the assorted ones, the free agents that were removed from the Reds section as well that I wrote. So anyone who finished the season with the Reds, I did the write up, no matter where they appear in the book, whether it's in the Reds section or otherwise. That's how it works. So obviously, guys switch teams or they're in free agency limbo when the book goes to print. So you have to have all these things written by like fucking mid-November or something. So there's still a lot of uncertainty with a lot of players, but yeah, it's pretty surreal. For whatever reason, we have a lot of listeners that are in that corner of the baseball intelligentsia scene. I don't know how that happens, but Brian and then Jarrett Seidler used to be a listener. I think he stopped watching wrestling, so I don't know if he still listens. But yeah, they if you recall it a few years ago, we were still tweeting. It's a big argument with all those guys over New Jersey being the cradle of American soccer. Remember that?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
That was all the baseball guys, and so that was so yeah. I wasn't even just invite came out of nowhere and It's surreal to see my name in something that I've been reading for all these years and everything. But there you go. If anybody wants to check out this year's baseball prospectus, Rich will have the link in the description here.
Yep, I'm looking at the book right now with me too. So Lincoln will be in the description, but you can also just go wherever books are sold. Baseball prospectus.
All sold out.
They could be sold out. You're right.
Amazon, it's been sold out because my father hustled me into buying them one, and it hasn't even shipped yet. So
see, you know what? I bought direct from the publisher. I got that thing in like 2 days. So
yeah. This was after the fact.
Screw Amazon. Order it through the publisher. How about that?
Yeah, so set to arrive March 17th.
What?
So Amazon, yes, I'm telling you, Amazon's been sold out. March 17th. So don't order from Amazon if you want it in a timely fashion.
Nah, screw that. Yeah, go get that thing from the publisher direct from there. But anyway, they somebody in the chat room was asking, Sean Cedar was asking, didn't WWE try Radio WWF or WWF Radio in the 90s? They did. Do you remember Jim Ross and Gorilla Monsoon did Radio WWF? And that was Jim Ross pitched McMahon on doing it, and did not last long because wrestling on the radio. He was obviously always looking for a reason to fire Jim Ross, so he just decided to fire him after that. But I think it was, I think it was a tough sell. Nobody really liked to listen to it very much.
WCW dabbled with it too.
They did. WCW did.
Internet broadcasts.
Like early, like 1996, 1997, 1998. Yes.
Like just audio. Yeah.
It was really, very, like ahead of the game a little bit, and then they tried like that. I forget if there was that Boston Brawl show in 1998. I forget if they tried video with that one, which was insane in like 1998 to do live video. I can't imagine the quality, how horrible that must have been. To watch a live broadcast of wrestling in 1998 or whatever. But Radio WWF did not. I could
hear that audio. I could hear that 1998 internet audio, like that sound. I could hear it in my ears right now.
Yeah.
Like the weird, I don't know if it's feedback's not the right word, but that weird, you know what I mean? There's just the way that voices came across the internet, back when Joe Gagney was doing podcasts in 1999. Wait, listen, it wasn't that much long after.
No, yeah, he was pretty early on in the 2000s. So
yeah, so what the hell? Oh, we were talking about AJ Styles.
Correct, because we had a lengthy discussion about that on the
AJ
subscriber
Styles segment on Tuesday. So a lot more happened in the last 2 days, so we can do a follow up on that, and I guess that's a good place to start now. But you should this will be a shorter segment than Tuesdays, but you should go subscribe and listen to. Because we probably did an hour on it, or close to an hour, probably like 45 minutes on.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was most of the show
on Tuesday, but a lot has happened since then. We had Justin Barrasso, who I don't think is with SI anymore at all.
Undisputed. He's undisputed.
Undisputed, and he does a Substack, I think.
Yes,
but who doesn't? So he wrote something, and then AJ himself went on Talking Shop. And I don't think they set him up after saying a slur this time. Remember that the first time he went on Talking Shop?
No, they really did him dirty.
and they left it in, like they laughed and left, like Rocky just laughed and left it in and left the guy hung out to dry. So then AJ went on Talking Shop, and so we have some new details. Anyway, where do you want to start? You want to start with Barrasso? Because, I also, all right, I'll get to...
I think that's the order. Yeah, I think Barrasso, AJ, and then the PW Insider report from today, I think kind of concludes it.
All right, let's go. And we'll break it all down.
Yep. So Justin Barrasso, he's at Undisputed. He had a report sometime this week. It may have been later on Tuesday or early Wednesday that said AJ Styles was, quote, well aware that AEW head Tony Khan would have made him a, quote, substantial offer with a favorable schedule if he chose to wrestle outside of WWE. So just confirming that...
kind of all knew that, right?
Yes, that AJ knew that Tony would... And we knew like people were using the term blank check in some ways. Like Tony was going to do whatever it took to get AJ in.
And we talked about that at length on Tuesday.
Yeah, yep. And AJ was aware of it and understood it and was, knew that offer was there if he wanted it to be there. So then some new rumblings started to begin about, okay, what's going on with this Hall of Fame thing, and is he done wrestling? And some other people around him, I think it was started with like Gallows and Anderson were just kind of shooting the shit about, I've heard he's done, he's not going to wrestle. So then AJ himself showed up on Talking Shop and said, quote, everybody wants to say, WWE put him in the Hall of Fame so that he can't go to AEW. Yes, that was what we said. Guys, I'm retired from wrestling in the ring. Like, that's all this is. I make my own choices. I make my own decisions. I was ready. I'm still going to be working with WWE. That's not going to change. I have these dreams and aspirations of helping out the younger talent and helping them get ready. If somebody isn't ready, hopefully get to that point where they can be confident when they go into the ring. Being able to help with that is a blessing. I'm so excited. So that's what he said on Talking Shop. Okay? I'm retired from wrestling in the ring. I make my own choices. I make my own decisions.
He's pretty definitive in his words.
I'm still going to be working with WWE. That's not going to change.
Now, I do want to say, before you get to the PW Insider piece, there was another piece to what Barrasso had to say. Barrasso went on. He also said in his write-up that WWE, although they tend to no-sell it publicly, they were well aware that Tony Khan was undoubtedly going to make a play for AJ. And Barrasso said the same thing that we said on Tuesday, and that undoubtedly played a part in how they're handling AJ now, in terms of the Hall of Fame invite and all of that. So there was that part of it too. It wasn't just that AJ was aware that AEW was interested. It's that WWE, no matter what they say publicly, because they never would admit that, they are fearful that he's going to end up somewhere, and this is all part of trying to prevent that from happening. And we talked about that on Tuesday, how they're keeping him inside within the bounds of the cut. They're stringing this along as they can in hopes that they can get him to just commit to something long-term so they no longer have to worry about him popping up in AEW or somewhere else. And Barrasso's reporting kind of backed up everything we said on Tuesday. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure we got that in there too. And then what did PW Insider have today?
So in PW Insider, multiple sports sources that they spoke to said that Styles and WWE have reached a deal. So per the reporting, Styles will be helping with talent development, but there was no confirmation of exactly what that means. So it said
or how long, which is
or how long. Yeah. So it was kind of vague. It was like they have reached a deal when his in-ring wrestling career is over, which was a weird way to phrase that, which again, I don't know if that was just like a bad, this is one of those things that like I would love to follow up and say like, do you mean it's not over? Like, why would you add that line in there of like, at the conclusion of his in-ring career, didn't that already happen or did that not happen? Would be my question to you. And how long is this deal and what is his actual job or whatever? But Styles and WWE have reached a deal is all that PW Insider really said. And then, that he'll help with talent development, but we didn't know anything else beyond that.
Which I mean, you have to know how long and what the deal. I mean, come on, you don't have follow-up questions. Maybe, Johnson did ask follow-up questions to whoever his sources were, but that's really vague. That's incredibly vague. And the most important parts of that are the length, because as we talked about on Tuesday, I'm sure that they're attempting to lock this guy up at least through WrestleMania, because it would be very embarrassing if somebody comes with a wheelbarrow full of money and he wrestles somewhere before his Hall of Fame induction. That would be very embarrassing for WWE. So I'm not surprised at all that they've reached a deal with him. But the important thing is what is it? Is it a 6-month deal? Is it a deal through WrestleMania? Is it a 5-year deal? All of those things are very different.
Yeah.
And it's a detail that's very important in a situation like this. So now you could say, all right, well, just look at AJ's comments on Talkin' Shop. They seem very definitive, and they do. Now, here's what's weird. Do you remember last week, the, strip club guy, Jakar Norman. What's his name?
Andrew Zarian.
Andrew Zarian from the Mat Men podcast.
Strip club guy is what you called him.
Well, yeah.
I know. I knew who you were talking about. I'm just saying.
Did it not?
I mean, it worked. It definitively worked. Yeah.
Jakar Noir guy. Yeah. So
You don't know that is his preferred.
I am 100% certain that is his preferred.
You know? Do you know for a fact?
In the presence of him. Come on, you can smell it through the screen. I mean, to be fair, some might accuse me of being a Jakar Noir guy. I don't wear anything because
it could be an Armani Code guy. You don't know that.
He could, that would work. That works too.
Right. Too. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I was a big Armani Code guy for a while too. It worked well though. That thing. I'll tell you.
Yeah. I mean, I remember.
I did some A/B testing with that, and I'm telling you, it works.
I struck you as a Navy for Men guy. No, not a Navy for Men guy. Back in,
No. You don't strike me as much of a. I'll be honest. You don't strike me as much of a.
I'm not
cologne
a
guy.
I don't wear. I'm not. I've never been a cologne guy.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a cologne guy. You'd be like, I don't like the smell. It's fake. Yeah. Like,
it also doesn't agree with my skin. I can't. But they're like, spray it in your clothes. I'm like, no, whatever. If you want to smell like fucking Jacquard Noir, go ahead. I'm all right. I'm fine.
You strike me as the guy who's trying to not, like, knowing that everybody else is going to smell like that. You want to stand out by not smelling like that.
Well, yeah, there's
and then make fun of, and then when you're with the lady, you're like, check out Jacquard Noir over there. You know, with this smells up the, and then you
could corner the market of the girls who don't want you to be bathed in that shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But no, the real reason is it just made me itch. But I'm not a jewelry guy either. I hate jewelry. I hate the feeling of jewelry on my body. I've never been a chain guy. You'd think I'd be over here rocking the Italian horn.
I thought you'd have the horn for sure. Yeah.
I can't though. I hate chains. I've never worn a watch. I hate watches. The only piece of jewelry I've ever worn in my life is this wedding band, which I thought I was going to struggle with. I remember telling her, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Like, I'll wear it when we go out together. But it's fine. Now I don't even know. I play with it constantly. I never stop fiddling and playing with it.
Mine spins the entire, when we're doing a flagship, it's on and off and on and off and on and off and spins and goes on my thumb. It goes on my pinky. It just, it gets fiddled with all day. And I'm going to lose it one of these times. Or it's going to fall down a drain or something like that because I fiddle with it all the damn time. But I'm with you.
So, I mean, just as a precaution, we bought like the thinnest, lightest, cheapest, like, because I didn't want anything because I thought it was really going to bother me, so I did
the same. I was like, when we were trying to buy one, I was like, just get the cheap. I don't know if I'm really going to want to wear it ever. Like, we can have it, and I probably should have it, of course, but don't buy an expensive one because, I'm just going to, I don't know. And I wear it every day now. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you just hear my dryer buzzer go off?
I did not.
Okay, good. Because you know what's funny about this? 15 minutes before we started this podcast, my lovely wife, who I adore, she tells me, what time are you going tonight? 8:00? I said, yeah. She goes, good. Because, I really go out of my way to make sure I'm not doing any kind of laundry or dishes while you're recording because I know that sound. And this is like the third week in a row that the dryer buzzer went off in the middle of a podcast. So
I remember those dishes. I used to hear some dish sounds every so often.
Yeah, the dishwasher cranking away over there.
Yeah. I have a microwave girl. Like she has all 2.5 hours before to microwave something, but hell no. What time do you guys start? 8:00? Great. I'm going to microwave something and it's going to be the loudest. I have to hit the most buttons. I'm wondering how many buttons she has to hit. I'm like, it's a minute. Like, just there's a button to hit it in a minute. Like, why is there so beep, beep,
yeah,
beep, beep? I'm like, what buttons are you hitting? And then the door slams. I'm like, what is happening over there?
Michelle is such a door slammer. I could just see it now. Like, she's absolutely. She doesn't gently close it. I know she just flings that fucking door. She's got microwave door slammer energy.
Oh,
that's what she has. It's bad enough that she's microwaving and you have to hear the. But then, can't you open the door before the buzzer goes off? And can't you gently close the door behind you? No, buzzer goes off. Slam the fucking door. Yeah.
Because you got to have buttons before for some reason.
It's like, can't you make a sandwich? You have to have a smart one when you know I'm doing a podcast. Like you have to, like, what the fuck? What was I say? Oh, Andrew Zarian and the Matmen last week. He's the king of the vague tweet, right? And he's a googly eye tweeter, and he's tweeting, "Oh, the AEW title scene is about to get ... phenomenal," right? And then they like retweet it from the Matmen account, and you're like, oh, well, no one was really surprised. Like, we all figured eventually AJ would just take the bag, but there was that, and then there was Punk. Did you see the Punk thing?
Oh, I don't know.
So the Punk thing was this. I forget what outlet was talking to him, but they asked him about AJ and his retirement, and Punk was very vague about it. He's like, well, retirement, Charlie Day voice, I don't know. He goes, I had a private conversation with AJ, but that's obviously going to stay between me and him, which is a weird fucking answer.
That's a weird way to answer that, yeah.
So we've got Andrew Zarian, who's a vague tweeter, But when he vague tweets, the scoop almost always 99.9% of the time it comes through. He just, for whatever reason, prefers the vague tweet instead of fucking saying it. That's his business. Okay, so you have that. You have Punk being weird. That was all last week. Now, to be fair, okay, AJ went on Talking Shop after all of that and after the Atlanta show. So could it be what we talked about on Tuesday where this was a realistic possibility and Tony was close to getting something done, but WWE, desperately wanting to prevent this, gave him the big retirement in Atlanta and is offering him some kind of post-career job? It sure seems, look, here's the way I read this. On Tuesday, I said I'm 99% certain he has not wrestled his last match. A month before that, when I talked about AJ on audio, I was 50-50. So I've gone from 50% he's going to wrestle again to 99% he's going to wrestle again. And now today, 2 days later, after hearing what he said on Talkin' Shop, I'm going to lower my odds back down to 50-50. I think that based on the fact that Air Paris was in Atlanta, his family was in Atlanta, all the old TNA guys that they brought in. And again, we've seen retirement ceremonies in wrestling before. And like we talked about on Tuesday, these guys are all workers. And, you know, it could easily, wouldn't shock anyone if he comes back. But when you combine all that with what he said on Talkin' Shop and the idea that he's looking forward to working with young wrestlers and everything, I think it's possible. And when, you know, the PWI Insider report too, I wish we had more details, but we don't. It's possible that WWE talked him into a long-term deal, which is going to take care of him post-career. And that's new information since Tuesday. And it puts me back at the 50% that I was at, you know, a month ago or whatever.
I've definitely.
So what's your read on all this?
I'm the same. I'm the same. Like I thought after the Monday thing, and we talked about how
you weren't as strong. Now, listen, to be fair, you weren't as strong on him coming back after
no,
Monday
because
as
he started talking about his family, and that's when I was like, yeah. Now I don't know, because if you're invoking like I got to be a full-time father and a full-time husband again, like that kind of struck me as like, that seems like a guy who's you landed on a little thick then, because I noted too, and we noted this a lot, like when they were building up to the Gunther match. He always said, this is my last match in WWE. I'm not wrestling again in WWE after this. They kept saying professional wrestling. Michael Cole said professional wrestling. AJ Styles always said WWE. He never once said professional wrestling. Yeah. So I always thought he was leaving that door open. So I was pretty high from day one that he was just, using this as leverage to try to get another deal. And that may have been all he was doing. And we talked about this on Tuesday as well. I was of the belief that it was still a wide open negotiation. I thought after Monday it was still a wide open negotiation, maybe even more so, to say, hey, look, they gave me the retirement thing and they put me on the Hall of Fame, but I am still willing to leave if, the money works out or whatever. I wonder if at some point this week, maybe after the Hall of Fame thing, AJ perhaps called AEW or something and said, all right, what is your final offer? And then called WWE and said, what is your guys' final offer type thing? And I think maybe he did prefer to just stick with WWE and stick with, a training job and one that he doesn't have to necessarily work in ring versus like I can go back to AEW and do a couple of dream matches here and there and then call it a day and then, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that process worked out, but I tend to think that this was an open negotiation pretty long through this process, and clearly something changed this week because there was enough vagueness last week that led me to believe that he wasn't locked in, and there was a tiny bit of vagueness in that Hall of Fame thing that led me to believe that he wasn't locked in, and now it seems like he wanted to make it well known by Wednesday or whatever that I'm there, I'm not going anywhere, I'm in WWE. So something changed between Monday and Wednesday, and I don't think it was merely being put in the Hall of Fame. I don't think it was merely getting that retirement signed off. Something happened there where they seem to have locked him in. That deal, whatever that deal was, whatever that agreement was, I think it reached a level that he was okay with, and now he's just good. But again, I don't know. Is this 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years? I don't know. I would love to know that. And we don't have that yet.
That's the important key piece of information. We need to know the length of his deal. Because, it could also be AJ, if he knows he's popping up somewhere, maybe he wants it to be a surprise. And what better way to set that up than to convince people that you aren't going anywhere?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sound conspiratorial or drum up conspiracy theories. It's just how many times have we seen this kind of thing before is all. And this is someone who we know it has had, now we have, it's flat out been reported that we know that there's basically an open check waiting for him. And that's always very, very hard to, turn down, even if deep down you think, oh, I don't need it. I don't need any more money. Well, it becomes hard to not take money to do, 2 or 3 matches or whatever a year. So I don't know. But his words on Talking Shop were very strong if you're going to take them at face value. They were very strong. So that moves my percentage back. Now I'm looking through Zarian's timeline. He may have deleted that tweet, but I know it was out there. It was 100% out
I remember seeing that one. I definitely remember seeing that one. I don't remember the Punk stuff, but I definitely remember the Zarian things are going to be phenomenal. The AEW title scene is going to be phenomenal or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was from his account. I'll check the Matt Men account too. I thought it was from both, but I'm all the way back to February 18th. It wouldn't have been before then. Does Matt Men still exist? Yeah, it does. Because the account either retweeted him or did their own vague tweet the same day. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let me check the Matt Men X account. Matt Men Wrestling Podcast. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, good. They don't tweet very often. This should be... Nope. They delete... Oh, no. February 23rd. Oh, no. That was Monday. Never mind. Yeah. Deleted. Whatever they did, it's gone.
Okay. See?
Oh, no. Never mind. All right. A correction on top of a correction on top of a correction. It's because this was longer. It was further back than I thought. February 11th. So this was several weeks ago. This was 2 weeks ago. Over 2 weeks ago. Andrew Zarian tweeted, the AEW World Title picture is going to be really interesting this year, ... And then Matt Men account, which is Andrew Zarian, quote tweeted that and said, sounds pretty phenomenal.
Okay.
And it is not, in fact, deleted. So that was February 11th, if you're tracking the timeline. The Punk interview was after that. I don't remember where I saw it, and I paraphrased it, and I'm not going to go looking for it. But, and then obviously the retirement was the 23rd. So look, something could have changed between February 11th and Monday. There's no doubt about that. So this is something we'll be following along with until we see some reporting that says that AJ Styles signed a new fucking 5-year contract with WWE.
Yeah, I'd like to see what the Observer has this week because that'd be nice to see if there's any clarity there. If Dave's dug in a little bit more because he seems like the kind of guy that will to be fair to Mike Johnson, he just kind of like. You send him something, he just posts it. I don't know how many follow-up questions come from Mike Johnson. It feels like a lot of everything he reports, you're left with more questions than answers when it's done. Like he reports something, but then you're like, but there's so many details that are left out because I think it's just like
well, on certain topics, there's a lot of details.
Well, yeah,
left out
if it's
and a lack of
if
follow-up being asked.
Scott D'Amore or Tommy Dreamer related, it's usually pretty detailed, but
chock full of details. But right. but I mean, if WWE wants to get the word out that AJ Styles ain't going anywhere, I mean, he's one of the people they're going to go to. I mean, we understand this. Essentially the theme when we talked on Tuesday was, look, WWE, the last thing they want is this guy to wrestle in AEW. I think they could live with it if he did like a match in New Japan or TNA or something. I don't think AJ wants to wrestle in TNA.
No.
He's never, I've been strong on that and saying it all the time, but he's never going to say that publicly because he knows TNA fans love him and he is Mr. TNA, but you get the sense he doesn't want to wrestle in TNA.
That man has made 2 appearances in TNA over the last year, and both times were appearances. I will cut a promo and I will get out of that ring as quickly as possible. If he wanted to wrestle in TNA, he would have wrestled in TNA.
Could have by now.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, and like you say this all the time, look, it's 19 ownership groups ago, but they lowballed him. They forced his hand into leaving that company. He didn't leave on good terms. It's not like they were desperate to retain him and he just got an offer he couldn't refuse from New Japan. New Japan, like they lowballed him and, he went to New Japan because TNA didn't want to pay him anymore. So I don't get the sense that he has like these super fond memories and connections to TNA. And remember, he never worked for these people anyway. So, and look, we all know it's kind of, look, they're on AMC, but it comes across like a Mickey Mouse operation over there. I don't think any major star is going to go to TNA on purpose. All that talk, that chatter of Chris Jericho, when the show was starting. Chris Jericho is going to pop up in TNA.
That is a guy who's so careful about everything that he does. He, like you said, even if he was thinking about it, he watched that first episode and went, nope.
I said,
nope. No, thank you.
Yeah. and now we know his contract's frozen anyway, but the idea being like that was never going to be something realistic. But I think that WWE could live with him if he wanted to do like one match in New Japan or TNA or something. They absolutely will do everything in their power to prevent him from ever working for AEW. And if that means giving him a 5-year deal to be a part-time coach at the PC where he can fly in once every 2 months and give a seminar or something, then they'll do it. I think they'll do anything within their power to prevent it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at, and we have to see. And this can become a story that no one is tracking anymore if we find out the length of whatever deal they gave him. But I mean, if it could very much, it's suspicious that the length wasn't reported. That makes me think, and again, this isn't conspiracy theory stuff, but look, if it was a multi-year deal, why wouldn't he have been given that information? Why wouldn't they have told him that?
Or some actual clarity as to what his job's going to. The fact that it was just like they've reached a new deal. Again, I think there was wording. I want to see if I can find the exact wording. I want to say there was a weird hang up. Something was. Let's see if I can find the exact wording that PW Insider said. It was something
incognito.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Like you're logging into Pornhub.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see here if I can find the exact wording here. Yeah, I might not be able to because I'm not I will admit I'm not a PW Insider Elite member, so I'm trying to see if somebody see if you could find the exact, because there was wording of like at the conclusion of his in-ring career, I want to say, that I read, and I was like, well, that's a very, very, very weird way to say that.
Rich had to close that property sex window.
Come on now. It's the only one that's not stepsisters, man. I'm just good. There's nothing left. What happened to our porn?
The business clothes you like?
Yeah, what happened to porn, man? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the only one where I'm like, all right, this is a believable story that I could get into. Every other one is like...
Rich is like, I can suspend disbelief for this. She's trying to close a deal.
Exactly, I can.
She's trying to close a deal.
Right. I can't suspend disbelief that the step siblings have to sleep naked in the same bed. Like, that makes no sense. Right. Why are you at a place where there's only one bed? That's stupid.
Yeah. Sometimes they explain that, though.
It's bad. It's rough. It's real rough. It's always like,
stepmom, why didn't you book a room with two beds?
It's always like, oh no, honey, I can't believe it. They only gave us a room with one bed.
And then she has to sleep in a thong.
Right. Like I sleep naked. Stepson. Is that going to be a problem for you? Yeah. No, it won't be. Okay, good. We should get some sleep now. It's going to be a long day, and it's bright out. It's clearly like 1 p.m. in Florida, and it's like, all right. Guys go to bed so early for it. It's so bright out.
Yeah.
Stupid. So at least the property, there's some real. I can't find the exact words. Just who fucking cares?
Yeah. We need to know how long because that deal could just be through Mania.
Right.
And that doesn't mean anything. And then who knows what AJ's doing? He might really think he doesn't want to wrestle again, but then the offer gets larger, or he's wants it to be a big surprise if he ever comes back to wrestle. You never know. You're dealing with professional liars.
And we talked about this on Tuesday. Yeah, we talked about this on Tuesday too. For people that don't know, AJ is not a lifelong wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So for him to go and talk on, especially the Good Brothers podcast, and just kind of be like, I ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't wrestling nowhere, man. Like, that doesn't. Some people see that as like, oh well, that must mean he's not going to wrestle anywhere. But he's a wrestler. They're professional liars, like you said. They're workers, and AJ in particular isn't a fan. And I don't know that he really would give a shit if WWE fans hate him for the rest of their life if he goes to AEW.
I don't think he would care at all. He wouldn't care at all.
He'd be like my man Doc Gallows, and I'm going to the pay window, man. I don't care.
Right,
I got paid. I don't fucking care.
Well, the other thing is if he's still mulling offers, and the other thing we talked about Tuesday was how he sent feelers to New Japan back in the fall, anticipating that his WWE contract was coming up. But if he planned on fielding offers whenever this new deal with WWE is up, why would you publicly say that? You would go on a podcast and you're not going to insult WWE until you're out the door. It'd be very disrespectful for him to say, yeah, we did this big retirement ceremony yesterday, guys, but when my contract's up, you never know. I mean, and then go accept the Hall of Fame thing and everything and look these people in the eye. That's just, I mean, aside from being bad business, it's just insulting, right? You can't just walk back into these buildings while you're finishing up, and so you kind of have to say, no, this is it. Look what they just did for you on Monday. So even if he doesn't think this is it, he can't say that yet. So I don't know. I again, this really comes down to how long is this deal that he just allegedly signed? Yeah,
or any of the terms. And we don't know any of the terms of the deal. And I guess that is, yeah. Until we get that, I'm still kind of, I don't think this closes the door on it, but I think that door is closing, if that makes sense.
The odds have dropped. The odds have dropped again. Mm-hmm. I mean, the odds have definitely dropped again. So, and as someone just brought up, he could be like Edge. Look at all the lying that Edge did. I mean, this is what these guys do. This is what they do. And the one thing about pro wrestlers too, and we mentioned Jericho, he's another one. They love when they can work people, because it's so much harder to work people now. When they can successfully work the public and genuinely surprise people, they get off on that shit because it's so much harder to work people in this day and age. So it's kind of like a badge of honor and Jericho does it all the time. He's kind of made that his trademark of, he shows up in PWG. He shows up, with the Pentagon mask. I think he did that one twice. Yeah. Right. He did it all in, and then he did it. Right. So, and you can bet if the next time Jericho shows up in pro wrestling, whether it's WWE, AEW, or if he gets hit in the head and does it in TNA, it's going to be of the surprise. You're not going to see it coming. You're not going to see it coming. Look at when Punk came back. He wanted to make sure, look, don't say my name. We can make it an open secret, but they just like that cloak and dagger shit. They almost take it as a challenge. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So as we said, we went a little bit more detail on this on the Tuesday flagships. If you want to go listen to that, flagshippatreon.com, $10 tier. For that discussion. So while we're in American wrestling, let's stick with WWE here and talk about Elimination Chamber coming up this weekend. Elimination Chamber from the United Center in Chicago. So they rarely run the United Center. They ran the building initially. I think one of the first events that ever took place in the building, SummerSlam 1994, was at the United Center. Then a few house shows between 94 and 95. Then they didn't go back until March and December of 2018. And now they're coming back here for Elimination Chamber. Usually they're at the Allstate Arena, the former Rosemont Horizon, but that's Elimination Chamber. And Punk's all over the advertising, and I will say it must be working because I went briefly to check tickets, and their tickets are sold out on actual Ticketmaster. So I went to StubHub. The get-in price for 2 tickets right now, the cheapest I could find was $580. To get into Elimination Chamber. So no, thank you. I had this brief thought in my head. I was like, you know what? Maybe. I mean, it's in the United Center. It's wrestling in the UC. Like, actually, yeah. And then I was like, well, never mind. Like, I thought I was good. The old days of, going and grabbing $50 tickets or whatever, long gone, man. I ain't spending $700 to go watch the freaking Elimination Chamber.
Reach out to PR. I told you last week. It's Tuesday. Reach out to PR. You could sit next to Neon or whatever influencers there and...
my fellow content creators in this space. I would love to meet my fellow content creators in this space and discuss.
Yeah, you can hang out with all, you all you got to do is ask.
When Tiffy comes out, I can film myself pointing to my wrist. Tiffy time.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, Tiffy time. Feverishly pointing to my wrist.
Mouth open agape as she makes it. Even though she was, booked
scheduled
for the show and you know she's there.
Right, even though I knew.
Act all surprised that Tiffy time is there. So if you're telling me the get-in price, as they call it I believe they call that the get-in price, Rich Craig, is over $500, then that's well over. What was it? $526?
I think the cheapest I found for both, and that was for 2 tickets. So it was about 300. Yeah, 2 tickets. Right. Yeah, 2 tickets.
So to take your lovely wife to Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, let me see if I try to go myself. What if I tell her, hey, Toots? You're not invited anyway. You're not going to like it anyway, so don't worry. Instead of just you sitting on your phone the whole time, I'll save you the money. And all right, for 1 ticket, the cheapest is $241.
Wow. Well, so that'd be let's see, $582 for 2 people. So that's $145 per match because there's only 4 matches scheduled for this thing. Absurd. I mean, even if I thought this was good and I liked WWE, there's no fucking way I'm paying that money to see this shitty 4-match card.
To see Becky Lynch and AJ Lee is going to cost me how much did you say?
$145.50.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Not a fucking chance. I mean, the balls on this company, the balls on Levesque, the balls on this company. It's crazy. The prices keep going up. And you get less and less. Now, here's the thing. Their fans defend it because they defend everything. Oh, it's good to get more focus on each of the matches.
There's more time in between matches to reflect on the stories. Or people that watch at home say, it's good, I can make it. How many sandwiches are you making? I always hear that. It's good, you can get something to eat or drink. I'm like, what? Just like the action in World Wrestling Entertainment is so hot and so feverish. You're like, honey, I will get a drink later. I must watch Tiffy time. You point at her wrist. Like, I can't leave to get up and get a thing of water. I must wait a minute. Okay, the action has stopped. The match is concluded. Now I can get water. Thank God. Like,
how many egg salad sandwiches does one need to get through Elimination Chamber?
Right.
The New Japan fans used to do that too, though, to be fair. Remember way back when I was very anti-intermission?
Mm-hmm.
And I won that one, by the way, because New Japan hasn't done an intermission in like a decade. But I'm like, these intermissions are fucking stupid. There's no point. And the pushback we would get on Twitter is, I have time to make a sandwich, etc. Wrestling fans must eat more sandwiches. I swear, because it's always the defense of this shit is I can go make a sandwich. And look, I like a sandwich as much as the next guy. I'm more of a salad guy. You would be the amount of salads I eat. There can't be many people who eat more salads.
You are a big salad guy. Yeah, you love. Look, I am a self-described big salad guy, but you seem to be even more of a big salad guy. I never make a sandwich. I don't like
a sandwich or a salad.
No, I make salads all the time. I don't make sandwiches.
You're not a sandwich guy. See, I am a sandwich guy too, but that's the Italian in me.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Yeah, I don't like lunch meat. Guy. I don't like lunch meat, so that's kind of out for some lunch meats I like, but a lot of them are just I don't know. I end up never really liking the sandwich. I'll make a PB&J every so often, but that's the extent of my sandwich consumption.
Nah, you see, you give me a gabagool with vinegar peppers and provolone cheese. I'm a sandwich guy. But
the problem is the bread. I can't get good bread. That I can never get the bread. Never works.
Now, you should be able to get good bread. I can't get good bread.
You would think. You would think. It's you got to go to like the bakery. If you go to the store and try, it never works. It's always just shitty bread. I hate it. Or you buy
the bakery. I don't have that.
Yeah, you got nothing. Yeah, well, I should like the problem too is like if I go and get like the good, it gets like stale in like a day and a half, and I'm like, well, what the fuck happened here? Like, how is this possible? So,
no, that for sure. But I'm a salads. Forget it. I'll have a salad after this show. I probably eat at least one salad every day. I just love a salad. I go to the fucking salad gimmick and pay and get $30 salads every now and then. You know, where you tell them what to put in the salad. You have those salad gimmicks in Chicago.
Which salad gimmick you talking about here? You're talking Sweet Green or like what salad gimmick we're talking
so you get
here?
the idea. These chains that are the salad gimmicks where you walk in and it's like you got to go. They get the bowl and you pick your lettuce and then you pick your toppings.
See, we don't really have any of those. The only one we have is Sweet Green, which is a very. Have you ever been to a Sweet Green?
I'm sure they're all similar.
Well, this one's weird. This one's very like post-apocalyptic. It is all machines that make everything. It's so you go in. There's a kiosk, and basically the employees are only there to fill these giant tubes with stuff. Like employees are just chopping up like lettuce and then climbing up a ladder and then inserting the lettuce into a tube. Yeah. And then you order on the machine. And then all of a sudden, like, this is an idea that'd be really, really cool. And like, if you saw this in 2010, you'd be like, oh, this is awesome. Like the future is here. But now you see it and you're like, oh God, the future's here. This sucks. Like, this is really weird. So, yeah, you make your order on the kiosk, and then it just goes, and then like it's just like, you know, one person takes a look at it, and then I think adds like a couple things have to get added by humans, like the cheese or something has to get added by humans, but then they like wrap it up and you're good to go. It's like no human interaction. It's so weird. You're in there, you're in like it's just vials of corn and lettuce and beets, and you're like, what is this? This is so weird. And they're on these ladders just feeding the silos with food. I gotta say, good salad though. It ends up being a pretty good salad.
The ones we have are like Mod Pizza or Subway.
Okay.
Where you just go down the line and tell them what to put on it. Like, so you tell them first, they have like 8 different kinds of lettuce.
I feel like we don't have any of these. What's the name that you can?
We have one in town called Salata.
Okay.
So they have like the 8 kinds of lettuce, and I just take the basic lettuce. I'm like, I don't want no fucking Chicago lettuce.
It's just a romaine guy. Are you a romaine or a?
Well, it's called
even
the
more
Salata.
generic?
It's called the Salata mix. The one I get, it's just basic, like 3 different kinds of
Probably
ingredients.
iceberg, romaine, and
but you can get like kale.
Yeah, no arugula for Joe Lanza. I'm taking
just give me
it.
the Salata mix, and then you're like, oh, I want sun-dried tomatoes. Oh, give me blue cheese.
Yeah,
give me
sounds
2
awesome.
scoops of blue cheese. Oh, give me corn. Give me mushrooms.
But this is definitely costing you like $28.35, right?
Well, yeah. So you
weigh it.
Yeah, and
it's like 19 pounds.
No, they don't weigh it. What happens is it's one price if you just get vegetables. You could do as much as you want. Like you could put as much vegetable and cheese and dressing as you want for one price. But when you get to the protein section, okay, this is where they get you, because I'll be like, oh yeah, give me that spicy Chipotle chicken. They're like, it's $6. I'm like, put it on there. And then I'll be like, oh, give me the shrimp. They're like, are you sure it's $8? I'm like, yes, throw it on there.
Right.
So then by the time I get to pay, and she like whispers in the cashier's ear, and I can see his eyes widen. Oh, you got 3 proteins? Like this guy, this fucking big spender over here. And then he rings it up, and by the time, now I'm eating a $37 salad.
Yeah,
is what it always. So I can't go there all the time. If it wasn't $37 every time I get it, I would go like every day.
That happens there's a couple of grocery stores that have, salad bars by me, Whole Foods being one of them, but a couple other ones have that too. And they weigh it, so when they're done, it's just like, because I'm there, and I'm like, oh yeah, throw the blue cheese crumbles on there, why not? I'll take. Yeah. I can put my own croutons, great. Oh, sunflower seed, like that thing is loaded up with all the accoutrement. I put a ton of spinach. Yeah, we'll add some spinach in there, why not? Oh yeah, I'll do green peppers. I'll do red peppers. I'll do orange pepper. Wow, they have red peppers too. I put them all on there, and then they weigh it, and it's just like, I'm like, God damn it, I don't need a $32 salad. Like what? This thing weighs 3.5 pounds.
So they weigh it.
Which is just brutal. Yeah. Just brutal. Because you got to be mindful of everything you're putting on, but you're never thinking of it while you're putting it on.
I don't know what the standard Salata price is if you just get. It's probably like 17. It's still probably like $17 or something. All right, here we go. The average check at Salata is $14. A basic salad starts at 8, and a wraps. Yeah, they'll make you a wrap too if you want. Fuck wraps.
Yeah,
that starts at 7.
For wraps.
No, but I can't listen. That those proteins are irresistible. They got the imitation crab. I can't. I gotta.
You are a big imitation crab guy.
I'm a big imitation crab guy. I get the spicy shrimp, the seafood mix, the Chipotle spicy chicken.
All right, so my nearest Salata is in Georgia, so unless I'm going to visit Chris Zellner, I'm not getting a Salata.
There's other chains that do this. They're not the only one.
Yeah, I wish there. I don't know. I don't think we have one by us. I can only think of
Maybe that didn't pop off in Chicago.
Yeah, we'll have a couple.
Else.
We have the Sweet Green, like I said, and then we have a couple places. We have like Jason's Deli or whatever where you can have a salad bar. We actually have more salad bars than you might think still alive, which is nice.
Yeah, no, listen, it's I think they even did one of those progressive you're turning into your parents. You know those commercials? They're great with Rick.
Oh, they're so
good.
Those commercials yeah. Because I see a lot of me in a lot of those, unfortunately.
Yeah. I see a lot of you too in a lot of those. So they did one at one of those salad places I'm talking about, and the punchline at the end is the guy gets to the end and they're like, "That's $27." He's like, "Oh no, I'm just buying my salad." I'm like, that's the big punchline.
Right.
It's because you can't it's always going to be overpriced regardless. But once you hit the proteins, forget it. So I'll go like once a month. Like I had a doctor's appointment the other day. And it was like within a 5-mile radius of Salada. So I was like, I know where I'm going after this doctor's appointment, right to fucking Salada for my $37 salad. And now I've doxed myself. So there's some crazy listener is going to wait outside of the only Salada location in College Station, Texas, and take me out. So I probably shouldn't have done that. But there you go. What the fuck were we even talking about?
I don't even know.
How did we get on self-serve salads?
Yeah, the most
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, whatever. The most recent progressive ad that really speaks to me in a way that I did not want it to speak to me was the one where the guys are like, there's like line workers and there's guys in a sewer like running lines or whatever, and the guy's like standing over them. He's like, "Hey, does this have anything to do with the power outage and the school?" And he's like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't know." And it's just like, God, I felt that so bad. Because when I have a guy work at my house, I'm hovering and asking questions the whole time.
Oh, you're the worst.
And I know I'm the worst. And I try not to. I try to. And I'm like, if you need anything, let me know. And the guy's like, yeah, he never does.
What would he need from you?
I know. And then
Rich,
I
he needs
can't help
nothing
it.
from you.
I can't help it. Because then I'm like, so what are you seeing down there? And he's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's plugged up, And I'm just.
Even if he answered you wouldn't understand.
I know. I just can't help it. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's awful.
And I trust the guy. I'm not trusting the guy. I just kind of want to figure out what's going on and learn more for next time. But I know I'm the worst and I hate myself for doing it.
Ugh, God. The valet parking one, too. That's one of the newer ones.
That's good.
He's asking so do you guys have an auxiliary lot if the main lot fills up? It's like...
Bet you guys drive some pretty nice cars. Okay, we gotta go. The auxiliary.
Yeah.
Those are generally.
Says,
someone said that I can't stand those ads. I don't know how you can't stand. They're
those
actually
are great.
They're
those
very good.
Very
ads.
funny ads.
Yeah, you just don't know anybody that is that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you know people that are those people, then they're fantastic because they nail it. They nail it on those ads. They're perfect.
Yeah, no, they're perfect. Yeah, they get the energy. Like perfect. Talking to him through the bathroom to see what he wants for his lunch order, and he's telling him through the bathroom door. Yeah, they're really great. Yeah, the backup quarterback commercials are very good too. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah, where they bring in the backup. Right? Yeah,
and they're actual backup quarterbacks,
right? And they find like dorky ones too, which is nice.
Yeah, those are outstanding too. So that's Don Draper level. Ad play there.
And then we'll move on, and then I'm done.
Anything to avoid Elimination Chamber. I can see you don't want to talk about this.
I will talk about anything before I talk about Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. Anything. The one that it makes me laugh every single time. And it shouldn't because I know the punchline's coming and it's not even that funny, but for some reason it works for me. When the guy he's at the coffee shop and he's like, Jan, latte for Jan or whatever, and they're like, he's like, just don't do it. And then at the last punchline,
like, you don't work here.
You don't work here. Just put it down or whatever. And the last one, he looks at it, he goes, could be Jan. Like that gets me every time. That gets me. He's like, it could be Jan. I'm like, that's so good.
Yeah.
You got it.
I can see you being that guy too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't think I'm name order guys. Well, hold on. Yeah, I don't know.
At the Panera Bread, trying to see who's.
I would never eat Panera.
Half a sandwich and soup belongs to.
I hate Panera.
You are so anti Panera.
It stinks. It always tastes the same, no matter what you get. It just tastes the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Panera. I think I like Panera.
I like the broccoli cheddar soup. That works.
Oh,
for me,
here we go. See, I knew you were gonna like something at Panera.
The like sandwiches are brutal there.
Really, you think so? I think they're all right.
I think they just all taste the same.
They're a little aioli happy. I don't need your fancy mayo. You can't trick me.
There.
You can't trick me with the aioli. These places try to trick you with the aioli. Yeah, I don't want your fucking dressed up mayo. It's just mayo.
I don't want your pesto aioli. Take it.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want your green mayo. I'm going to pass on that. So that's the problem, and I don't like telling people to not put things on. So that stops.
Which we talked about.
Yeah. So, but no, I think Panera's food quality is pretty good. I never had a problem with their food quality. Yeah. I go in there for a bagel from time to time. Nice bagel with the vegetable or garlic cream cheese.
I guess they have decent. Yeah, I would say they're like they have a couple breakfast things that are all right and a few. Yeah, all right.
I can't get a bagel out here. Panera is like the best bagel I can get.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a damn shame. But I get it.
The bagels out here just taste like white bread. No one knows how to make a bagel down here. So Panera bagels are a reasonable facsimile of a real bagel. It's either that or Dunkin', and I know how you feel about Dunkin'.
Oh yeah. Don't want to get our Midwest or our East Coast. I want to get our Boston contingency upset by that, but yeah.
Well, they have the real Dunkins. That's why they get mad at you. You have to understand the Dunkins that you get and I get. They're just getting a truck that pulls up with pre-made shit. The old school Northeast Dunkins, at least when I lived there, they were really making the shit on the premises. Okay. So the quality was a little better. You know, the old school Dunkin' commercials with the Dunkin' guy was time to make the donuts because he had to get up at 2:00 in the morning and go make the fucking donuts. They're not making the donuts at Dunkin' anymore in most of these places. They're just shipping them in. So yeah, the quality is garbage. Now listen, I haven't lived in New Jersey in like 15, more than that, close to 20 years now. Holy shit. So I don't know if that's still the case. It's probably just cheaper and easier to not make the donuts on the premises, but that's probably why the Boston people are so defensive of Dunkin'.
I think I think they know it stinks and they just like it because it's Boston. You know what I mean? It's like Tim Hortons. Thing it's like Tim Hortons. Yeah, like they know Canadians know Tim Hortons stinks. They just have to.
I've never been to Tim Hortons.
You're not missing anything.
Tim Hortons. I think they're building one here. What is it? Just coffee? No, I have no interest in coffee.
Yeah, it's well, no. There's other little snacks there. There's bad donuts and bad coffee and.
All right.
There's bad bagels too, so maybe you can get some bad bagels there too. So
like Krispy Kreme could eat my ass. I have no use for Krispy Kreme.
Oh no,
people go crazy for Krispy Kreme, and I have
still. I thought that died. I thought that died out.
I don't know. You hear people the Krispy Kreme and fucking the burger, the LA burger place,
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. Like you'd think that you were criticizing someone's religion if you say I don't like In-N-Out. Right. It's like I don't know. It's just a fucking burger.
Yeah, I'm glad. You put Thousand Island on it. Great. I'm glad.
Yeah, I know. Animal style. I know. I've heard it all before. Right. Would you like to be the 180th person to tell me you got to get animal style?
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I got it. Yeah.
I'm aware. Yeah, I didn't like that either. It's fine. Yeah, great. You go. You go enjoy your In-N-Out. Yeah, In-N-Out and Krispy Kreme. Those are the two where it's like it's religion to the people who enjoy those. So
yeah, there used to be a thing where Krispy Kremes would open around here, and there'd be like lines around the block for like weeks, and then it just went over, and then it would just be done. I thought we were done with that. Maybe we're not, or maybe here we're done with that, but other places not. But yeah, I'm good.
What are you talking about?
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like how many people are getting in line for this thing? Like if you've had one, here's my thing with Krispy Kreme. You have one, you're like, yeah, all right. Then you're good. Like I've had a couple in my life, but I've never had one and been like, well, goddamn, I have to have another right now, or I have another tomorrow, or next week, or in another month. I'm like, I'm good. I've had a Krispy Kreme, and now I am good for a very long amount of time to have another one. It's just too sweet for me. No time for it.
Yeah. Our local Krispy Kreme burnt down, and then they found out through the arson investigation that the owner burnt it down. And now he's
every restaurant that burns down, I'm assuming is an arson.
So he's in prison now. He got thrown in the pokey for burning down his own In-N-Out.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Not In-N-Out, Krispy Kreme. So I guess it wasn't working out.
Only Chris Sampson will get this joke, but Lone Star Steakhouse. He'll know what I'm talking about with Lone Star Steakhouse. That was.
I had somebody local burn one of them down.
Yeah.
Was it?
I used to love that place too. It sucks. That'd be my birthday. meal every year. Peanuts on the floor, all that shit. But it burnt down, and it was like one of those things where it like burnt and it just kept burning, and everyone's like, is anybody going to put water on it? And they're like, no, we can't. And then it just burnt down. Then it just stayed. We knew there was something with it because the rubble stayed there for like 5 years. Like the burnt rubble just stayed in a pile, and I was like, they're definitely investigating that still, right?
Yeah.
And then one day they scooped it all up, and I don't know if they've ever, maybe they built a Walgreens on it at one point. But yeah, Chris Sampson's talking about it. He saw it burn down on the way to school. It was just on fire. Like it was just on fire for like a day, and everyone's like, somebody's gonna have to put that fire out, right? And it never did. It just stayed on fire.
Why didn't the fire department put it out?
I don't know.
They just let it smolder?
I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. It was just like well known that place was on fire, and it just burnt down, and everyone's like, just fucking put it out. Like, what are you doing? And it just burnt, and then the rubble stayed there for years. For years. The pile of rubble.
Well,
it sucks. I love that place. A Lone Star.
Lit a match, like Tony burning down Vesuvio. But the Texas Roadhouse used to have the peanuts on the floor too, but they don't do that anymore.
No.
Now the original intent was to ward off allergy people. Like, don't even come here. We don't want you here. And times changed.
Yeah.
And
allergy people buy steaks too, I guess. So
yeah, the allergy people won. And restaurateurs, believe me, we can't stand you allergy people. We want you to stay away. We don't want your money. But now if you want the peanuts, you get them in a little bag. They give you a little bag of peanuts. You go to Texas Roadhouse.
Who cares?
So
I can't throw them on the floor though, right? I got to probably put them in like a receptacle immediately.
I mean, you can if you want, but someone's gonna have to sweep that shit up, and they're not gonna like you very much. If you start throwing
because then you're just an asshole. Yeah, then you're just an asshole. So
right, because it's not like your server's fault that the allergy people won. Like, so I wouldn't recommend throwing the shells on the floor. But that's the most efficient restaurant chain that I'm aware of, especially since it's steak. They turn those tables. I don't know what their secret is, but even I'm surprised. Like, I'm a lingerer in a restaurant. I love to just sit in a restaurant after I'm done eating and just bullshit. But they even managed to turn me in, like, they get me in and out of there in 35 minutes I don't know how the fuck they do it. And I'm a well done psychopath. You know me with the steaks. It's crazy. They just turn tables in that place. They're just masters.
Did you just reveal yourself as a well-done steak guy?
Yeah, you've known that for years.
Oh, my God.
Because I'm not a big steak fan. So I've talked about this a million times.
Then don't order steak. Don't order well-done steak.
And when I do order steak, I don't get good cuts. You
don't deserve any cuts.
No, well, every now and then I like beef and I like steak, but I will just get cheap steak because I know I'm going to cook it well done. I'm not getting fillets and shit like that. I don't like.
Hope they give you flank steak or something. Yeah.
I don't like any hint of pink. I don't like it. I don't like the juiciness. Ugh, no. I like a nice, well done steak.
God.
Douse it.
We're losing. I think we're going to lose subscribers because of that. So I hope
we're going to lose subscribers because of In-N-Out. I will bet you money. We're going to get nasty messages.
I just filed all of Canada by saying Tim Hortons sucked. But you're right. We are going to lose In-N-Out people. Will they're not going to. They're not going to even like. They will earnestly, like, the Canadian people will do it as a joke and then like resub the next day or whatever. You're right. The In-N-Out people might just.
We're going to get nasty messages for besmirching In-N-Out. I guarantee it. I don't think people will cancel, but people will be very mad at us for the way we talked about In-N-Out. See, they're insulting me in the chat. Yes, I like my steak like shoe leather. I recognize that it's dry and gross. That's why I don't like steak. That's the point. Go eat your fucking bloody steaks. Enjoy them. I'm not a steak guy. If I'm backed into,
I think there's between bloody and well done. This is the problem.
If I'm backed into a corner and or if I'm in the mood, yeah, it's like I'm not gonna cook it any less than medium well. Not a fucking chance. I don't want it pink at all. Like, every now and then I'll be like, all right, let me try a medium steak. I'm like, how are you eating this? Are you a fucking vampire? How are you eating this raw steak? It's raw. It's not meant to be fucking raw. So I don't, whatever, man. You can say whatever you want. But again, that's my point. It's not like I'm going to Ruth Chris and ordering
You're going to Roadhouse. You are going to Texas Roadhouse, yeah.
I'm going to Texas Roadhouse, and I'm just getting the biggest steak that's also the cheapest cut, and I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, scratching that twice a year itch I have for steak. That's all. So it's fine.
Do you proudly order the well done, or do you blame it on the kid?
Well, I'll usually say medium well. But sometimes.
Well, medium well. Hold on a minute. That's a little different, though.
But the thing is, restaurants will often undercook because if they undercook, they can finish it. If they overcook, they have to start over.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes I'll order medium well, but it comes out and it's very clearly medium.
Okay.
And I cooked steaks for like 7. I know how to cook a steak. So you just say well. Then I'm getting very little pink, sometimes no pink, and that's what I want. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So it's because they typically will undercook whatever you say. And there's psychopaths. You remember I ran a 5-star steakhouse in New Jersey. I ran the kitchen. People will order black and blue.
No, those people are indeed psychopaths. No, you're a psychopath and they're psychopaths. Everybody else should live in the middle. If you live in the middle, you're fine.
Yeah.
The black and blue people are even more weird than the well done guy.
Yeah, and it's like they just want basically 30 seconds on each side.
Sear for 30 seconds on each side and done. Cold in the middle, seared on the outside.
Still cold in the middle, and you are a fucking vampire. That's what you are. It's gross. And don't be that guy. Do you really think it's blood? I know it's not blood. Will you please just accept the turn of phrase?
I understand.
You're not going to steak-splain me. Okay? Again, I ran the kitchen of a 5-star steakhouse. I know it's not literally blood. Because you always get that guy, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They have to explain to you. They use that fucking word I can't pronounce to tell you what it is. Someone saying, do you get well done burgers too? Yeah, I like my meat cooked. Yes, I cook my meat thoroughly. Correct. I don't feel shamed about this at all. Why would I want a burger that's pink inside? I want my meat cooked. I don't care if you think it's controversial. I'm cooking my meat.
I will say ground beef. I do like my ground beef a little more kosher.
Yeah,
I don't trust ground beef. I trust most steaks.
And if you get a properly cooked, well done burger, it's not dry at all. I'll fight that to the death. Look, I'm not defending eating well done steaks. You shouldn't do that to a piece of meat.
Yeah, you know.
I've never defended it, but you could eat a well done burger and it's not dry or it's juicy. It's fine. So burgers, yes, of course.
I like a good char on the outside of my steak. I will say that. I've gotten pretty good at getting a char on the fat and then pretty medium on the inside. That's the way to do it.
If you know what you're doing, you can get it done. If you know what you're doing, you can
I do see, like, if you're ordering at that's the thing. I don't know what I would do at a Texas Roadhouse or a Outback Steakhouse or whatever. You'd have to be a little careful. Because I don't know if they probably know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They cook a lot of steaks every day.
They should, but again, though, sometimes the guys back there, I've seen this.
You know them, yeah.
They undercook because they don't want to, and sometimes it's the manager, like, we can't have steak returns, guys. Food costs, just undercook it a little. You could throw it back on.
Yeah.
You could just fire the same steak and send it back out instead of cooking another steak and then we're throwing the other one out. So that's why that happens. It's just common sense.
I went to Outback a couple of months ago and I was like, that's a pretty good place. I hadn't been to Outback in like 8 years or 10 years or whatever. And I was like, I get it. Nice little, everything was so fucking salty though. God, I needed to just I just had like 9 glasses of water because it's all so salty, but man, it was good. I gotta admit, it was pretty good. Blooming onion gimmick still hits pretty good too. So
yeah, you go once or twice a year, it's fine. And I get a hankering every now and then. I'll go to the super. I get the. Remember, I don't know if you remember this. Like 3 years ago, I became 100% protein ribeye guy, and I was making ribeyes for all 3 meals. Do you remember that? I did it for like a month.
I don't know if I remember that. No.
Yeah, and first of all, very expensive. Don't try that. Second of all
3 meals, that's tough. Yeah,
I was doing 3 meals. 3 meals. I'd make one for lunch, and then I'd make 2 at dinner, and then eat the second one in the morning, and then have another one for lunch. And I was like, yeah, I'm a ribeye guy now. I'm a fucking Neanderthal, right? I was like this whole alpha male thing. And then
were you lifted or what? Were you just deciding to eat a lot of steak?
Meat every day. I was eating fucking ribeyes every day. And then it was very expensive, number one. Couldn't maintain that lifestyle. That wasn't going to happen. And then number two, I did get sick of them like 8 or 9 days in. But then I had all these ribeyes in the freezer and I had to just power through. So that was a weird time in my life.
I don't remember the pivot to ribeye.
Yeah, I don't think you believed me because I remember saying it. I don't think I talked about it on the show.
You were single at this time, I imagine, right?
No.
Really?
It wasn't that long ago. No. Because she was like, yeah, you're an idiot, but do what you want to do. And I was just, so I remember saying it.
What
but
brought this on? I don't remember this at all.
I don't know. I was like, I'm going to be ribeye guy now.
Because you're salad guy. I've always known you as salad guy. So yeah, I don't remember the pivot to ribeye.
I mean, I was ribeye guy for a month. I was like, I'm just going to eat fucking, this is great. I'm just going to eat fucking, because I've discovered like, I got this new oven, the broiler, like the way they were being cooked. I was like, this is great. This is like the best steak. I'm just going to eat it every day for all 3 meals. As long as I take my multivitamin, I'm good.
Was there anything supplement? It was just like a plate of ribeye, and that was it.
Plate of ribeye.
Just a plate of ribeye, yeah.
Well done.
Were you like, you must have been like vitamin deficient or something like that?
No, I was taking my multivitamin.
No, I'm saying like your body must have been vitamin deficient before the multivitamin.
No, I always take the multivitamin.
Okay, well, I don't know then. Yeah, I don't know what caused.
Yeah, so I was like,
this brief foray.
Yeah, didn't last though. Can't do it. You just anything, you get sick of it. You can't, I learned that lesson the hard way. Well, it wasn't hard, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of steak.
The only thing I worked at the pizza place for a while, and I thought I'd get sick of pizza. I never got sick of pizza. I ate pizza every fucking day.
Oh, hey, listen. Yeah, you could eat that every day.
Because you throw different toppings on, you change it all. The base is the same, but who cares? One day it'd be, you know what? Yeah, because when you work at a pizza place too, you can always try different things. You can always, and if it fucking sucks, you throw it in the garbage. You make another one. Right. But yeah, every day would be a different topping combination. I wouldn't make like a pepperoni pizza every single day. I was like, all right, yeah, we'll do fucking and then you find new things. You find things you like. Never got sick. I always thought people were like, you're gonna get sick eating pizza, and I was like, I worked there for 5 years and I never did. So
I think that's the one food you don't get sick of.
No, never.
How can you get sick of good pizza? How can you get sick?
Never, ever. Yeah.
And I haven't had good pizza in years.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I miss it so.
All your
much.
Chikara places are closed now. There's nothing left.
They're not good either.
Yeah.
Although they did close. Paisano is spelled wrong. Did close.
Oh no! How did they spell it wrong?
Yeah, you don't remember that either.
I do. But how did they spell it wrong? Like
Paisans, and they spelled it wrong. The I and the A were flipped.
Come on, this is what I'm saying. How does that happen though?
Because I'm in Texas.
God.
You think these were genuine fucking wops?
I feel like it's not that hard to find out how to spell.
Rich, they were the same fucking Czechoslovakians that inhabitate Central Texas. They weren't Italians. They're all fucking Czech and German. And they don't know how to, they spelled it wrong. And I guess once you get that fucking LLC, it's too late to change it.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So, it's, they spelled it wrong. And before that, it was Magic Monkey Pizza. And
I knew Magic Monkey was no good. There's no way a place called Magic Monkey Pizza is good.
It was a monkey with a top hat. And remember someone they're like, you're making this up. He's bullshit. So I took a picture of the fucking signage and posted it on Twitter. I was like, here it is, Magic Monkey Pizza. If you think I'm lying, it was a monkey with a curly tail and a fucking top hat. And he had like a...
Is that the one that only lasted like 2 weeks? It was gone. Like,
yeah, it lasted a couple months.
You took the picture and then you were like, it's gone. It was like, what? It was just there 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I think the monkey had a little magician's like the staff they hold in their hand. The fucking, what do you call it? The wand. He had like,
I guess a wand. Yeah, magician's
magic wand.
Yeah, a magic wand. Yeah, magic wand. Yeah.
Yeah. Magic Monkey Pizza, and then that became Paisanos spelled wrong, and then.
Oh, so was it the same guys that opened Magic Monkeys that opened Paisanos?
No. So
okay,
there was one before Magic Monkey, and I forget, unfortunately, but that had a funny name too. But that turned to Magic Monkey. Magic Monkey closed. Then it was.
And now Magic Monkey had to be like gimmick pizzas, right? Like bullshit gimmick pizzas. I
was there so briefly. I don't even remember if I had it.
Because there's no way they were like, we're making authentic pizza and our name is also Magic Monkeys.
None of it's authentic. I mean,
well, I mean like an attempt.
An
attempt at an authentic pizza.
Like Paisanos was attempting to make.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if you're calling yourself Paisanos, you're at least attempting to be like, hey, good pizza. But they're, of course, like you said, they're Czech, so they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Then it was Gumby's, which is a local chain, which Ash in the chat is going to pop for that as soon as the delay hits.
Is it Gumby's like the cartoon character or no?
The fucking character, the green motherfucker with the square head. Yes, Gumby.
Why would I want to eat pizza based off him?
And he is the logo. Gumby and the fucking horse. What's the horse called?
I
Gumby
don't know
and
the horse's name. I have no idea what the horse's name is.
So there's Gumby's Pizza, and there was a location closer to the school, closer to A&M, which is a big hit with the students because it's open all night. It's like one of those kind of places.
Okay. Oh, this
open
pizza
all night.
looks horrific. Oh my god.
Right.
These are the photos they're showing to try to make you want to eat this place. Ugh.
So Gumby, you have to understand the whole thing with Gumby's is it's a vibe because it's down by the university. And it's just where you go because it's 2:30 in the morning and you want breadsticks and nothing else is okay. So the students go to Gumby's. It's the college dive.
Yeah, some places around me, there was like Hungry Howie's was a place by me for a while.
We have that too, yeah.
It was
Hungry
that vibe.
Howie's,
it was like the cheap, bad pizza, but it was open till like 3 a.m. or whatever. So
yeah, I'm on the Gumby's website now too. Yeah, so so we had it. So there was a second Gumby's location that they put up by my house where Magic Monkey was. That guy who opened up that Gumby's changed it to Paisano's spelled incorrectly. Okay, so that was the same owner. And then he moved Paisano's across town to a bigger location with a dining room, and then he closed 6 months later.
Yeah.
And then he closed 6 months later. So
the fatal flaw of any successful restaurant is the expansion into a dining room. It's like no. You've just quadrupled your cost, dude.
The square footage that you're paying for, nobody's there.
Got to pay a waitress or a hostess. You're paying, the bathroom's got to be even more clean or whatever. You can't have it because every hole in the wall pizza place has a bathroom, but you don't really want to go in that bathroom and they don't really clean that bathroom. But if you have a restaurant, you got to have that thing look pretty good.
The thing about Texas is you're not even required by law to have a bathroom unless you have seating. So, if you're just a carry-out joint, you don't have to have a public bathroom, which is great. But you once you add that dining room, now you have to have a public bathroom.
Yeah.
And now you have to make sure it's clean and all that bullshit. You have to pass the health code. But I used to go to Paisano's spelled wrong because they made those you're going to know what I'm talking about. Other people in different parts of the country might not. They made those typical mom and pop pizzeria wings that you can only get at mom and pop places. With the old school vinegary wing sauce that is not trying to be fancy. It's just the kind of when Buffalo wings, 1989 Buffalo wings. You know what I'm talking about. That was nostalgic to me. And they made those kind of wings. So I would go there pretty often. And then, you may as well get one of their bullshit pizzas while you're there. But they only made it about 6 months once they had the dining room. So they're gone. And where the place that had 5 or 6 different pizza places down the street here has been empty ever since they vacated.
Oh man!
So we haven't had a replacement. There was we had something called Heat Ups, which was there for 6 months.
I love it.
Are you familiar with Heat Ups?
No, I'm familiar with Heat Up, but not Heat Ups.
Same logo, by the way, with the flames. So
whoa, hold on.
So Heat Ups. Listen to this bullshit garbage concept, and you tell me why they didn't make it. They serve you raw food, and you go home and cook it. That's
get out of here. That's so Papa Murphy's was that one. Remember Papa Murphy's?
Papa Murphy's
yeah,
pizza,
fuck off.
Take and bake. Papa Murphy's Take and Bake. You don't know how many Papa Murphy's franchisees hit me up and found my resume on fucking Career Builder or whatever.
Wanted you to run a Papa Murphy's?
No. They would try to talk me into buying a franchise.
Oh God, yeah. No, thank you.
Oh, you want to buy you don't have to have an oven. I'm like, I know, but it's no one wants to cook their own fucking dinner. It's not going to work.
We're like frozen pizza, but we're a little bit more expensive and not that much better. Okay.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Great.
And the thing is, we
fill the market between frozen pizzas and fresh pizzas, but we cost about the same as fresh pizzas. Oh, but I have to cook it myself. Yes. Okay.
But you have to take it home and cook it. So I have to take it home in my car, make sure it doesn't get jostled or fucking whatever the fuck. Get it home, which is going to be a chore in and itself. Then I have to cook it in my oven.
I have to waste my gas, turn my oven on, cooks.
Yeah.
And my oven is not. My oven's very not uniform in the way it cooks. Certain parts are always hotter than others.
Exactly.
And
yeah. I'm like, how about you just get an oven and cook this for me? How about that?
right. Seems
Seems
like that's how the transaction should go. I give you a good amount of money, and then you cook my pizza, and then you put it in a box, and then I take that box home.
You give me food. Yeah. And you're not that much cheaper. I'll pay the extra $1.10 for you to cook it. That's the difference here. So anyway, heat ups, but it'd be like meat, like you go in there and get meatloaf with green beans, but you have to go home and put it in your fucking oven.
Get out of here.
Yeah, like shit like that. And it's like, I knew that wasn't going to work, and it didn't. So,
do they really have the same logo as like Pro Wrestling Heat Up?
Pull it up. Have the producer pull it up.
Heat Ups.
Heat Ups.
All right, I'll look Heat Ups, Texas. Let's see.
There's still one there. I think they still have a location in College Station. They still have one. I don't know if it's a local gimmick.
It's not the same logo. No.
It's the little flame. The little flame.
I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it's a little flame.
It's similar enough.
No. I thought it'd be like the little flame guy. This is like a it's like a little cartoon character with a.
No.
Maybe it's not. Texas Heat Ups is not the same.
Maybe you're looking at the wrong Heat Ups. Let me see. Heat Ups. Maybe they're Yelp. Nah, Yelp sucks. Fuck Yelp. Now you have to sign in to be insulted.
Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's not the same logo. Unless they possibly have updated their logo. Maybe they've updated their logo in the years since.
Terrible concept, though. Just awful.
Nah,
awful
I'm not
concept.
taking home a meatloaf and cooking it.
And I guess it is a local thing. I thought maybe it was a bigger chain, but it says locally owned, College Station based, high protein meal prep service.
Oh, well, ribeye guy Joe would have loved that then.
Yeah, fuck off with your high protein. Yeah.
We also have to stop that as a society. We got to chill on the
protein. We don't need protein Pop-Tarts. It's really out of hand.
No. Starbucks, you don't need to get your fucking 800 calorie drink in the morning and then say, do you want protein foam? Oh, yeah, sure. I do need protein. Yeah, perfect. Throw some add 300 more calories and 8 more grams of protein to my fucking frappuccino by throwing foam on there. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to stop. Yeah. And protein Pop-Tarts, yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Protein sodas and stuff. What are we doing?
I saw some Starbucks hack. Anyone who uses food hacks straight to.
If you're a food hack guy, yeah, fuck off. First off,
straight to prison. But I saw a Starbucks hack where you order the Frappuccino or whatever with no coffee and like 20 sugars, and then you get sugar for $2.80, or it's cheaper than you get your sugar. And it's like, all right, what are we doing? What? This can't be. I mean, people really have the balls to do that. You're just bringing home a cup of sugar, like a Starbucks cup of sugar, to save minimally on what you would pay for the sugar when you just buy it in the supermarket. Is what we're doing now. Utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, food hack people are indeed the worst.
Well, they're not as bad as secret menu people because they can fuck off too.
I think they're one and the same.
They might be the same person, secret menu person. And I think secret menu person, food hack person, and you have to get an animal style person are all the same guy.
Same guy. The Venn diagram is a circle of all those people, yes.
Right. There's no secret menu. You're just asking for a special instruction that's going to annoy everybody is what you're doing. I'm letting you know right now there's no secret menu. Or it's some item they sell so little of that they're not wasting menu space on it. But it's not a secret. It's not a fucking secret.
The only like quote unquote secret menu thing I ever partook in was I used to go to this one Taco Bell, and the same guy worked at the same Taco Bell it was like this old ass dude that worked at our Taco Bell forever, and they got rid of the Crunchwrap Supreme, right? So the Crunchwrap was like a thing for a while, and then it went away. And I remember one time we were like, you got rid of the Crunchwrap, and he's like, I mean, I'll make it for you. It's the same shit. We have all the same shit anyway. Like if you want a Crunchwrap, I'll just make a Crunchwrap. And we would just order it, and then he would just like, I forget what he would count it up. Like he wouldn't like. It wasn't in the system anymore, of course, because it was out of it. But he would just like ring it up as like whatever. And so we thought we were like a secret. Oh, we get the secret menu because we got the Crunchwrap. And it was just a guy who was like, it's fucking Taco Bell. It's all the same 4 ingredients. Like I'll just wrap a tortilla around the cheese, and then you can have a Crunchwrap Supreme or whatever, which is still the elite Taco Bell order in my mind.
Well, they got rid of that volcano sauce, and that legitimately broke my heart. I mean, and they've brought it back since, but it's not the same. It's like a different volcano sauce. I know I talked about that because I went to one of my Taco Bells and I offered to buy the remaining case that they had, and they were like,
You're like, I see it back there. Give it to me.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, we can't, there's no way to ring it up. And I'm like, I understand. but because I knew it would never come back and it would never be the same. And that unfortunately has.
I can't believe they wouldn't just take a 50 for it or whatever. It's not any inventory.
That's
There's no way there's
like,
inventory. On Taco Bell sauce, there is no inventory because if you ask for sauce, you either get 3 packets or 300. There is no inventory.
No, you count the case. You count the case. If it's an unopened case, see, this is really getting in the weeds. But when it comes to stuff like that, everyone has different rules. My rule with my managers was if you open up the case for something like a sauce, now it's gone. Now the case is gone. But if the case is unopened, count the case. That's how I would handle the inventory. That's how I would tell my people to handle the inventory. I was like, I don't want you to tell me you have a third of a case of volcano sauce. If it's open, you have no case. But if it's sealed, you still have a case. That's to answer your question.
Someone said volcano sauce on your well-done breakfast ribeye.
Yes. Oh, my God. That sounds incredible.
That sounds pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
That's what I would use it for. That sounds awesome.
I will say, well-done steaks. Breakfast. If you're going to do like a steak and eggs at like a breakfast joint, that's the superior way to do it.
Listen, coming around, Well, I would saute onions and jalapenos and then put them on my breakfast steak and my lunch steak and my dinner steak for the 8 days that I did it. Oh God! So that's Elimination Chamber
right.
Coming up.
I'll be there
Saturday.
live. I will be there live and in person. I'll either pay $500 to watch this 4-match bullshit, or I'll be in the creators suite with all my favorite content creators in this space. So.
I love this niche we've carved where we really don't have to break this down if we don't want to. One's gonna
really
care.
nice. It's really nice.
It's so nice to not have to talk about this fucking bullshit sports entertainment garbage. 4-match card, $145 per match. But we must. So here is our token effort. Rich, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. I thought we were done with this.
I thought so too. What are we doing?
I thought we were finished with Becky Lynch versus...
By the way, I got to say, anybody that was ever considering voting Becky Lynch in for the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, you need to reconsider that in perpetuity because she is no Wrestling Observer Hall of Famer is as bad as Becky has been in the last couple years. This entire heel run of Becky is so fucking terrible, and it continues to get worse. And why are we doing this again? Why are we doing Becky versus AJ again?
Well, someone in the chat
wants more Becky and AJ.
Someone in the chat makes a good point. Joe, your breakfast steaks were just fajitas. You know that, right?
Huh?
My breakfast steaks were just fajitas. He's right.
Were you using a tortilla as a receptacle though?
No, but I'm really just making a fajita on a bone, right?
Yeah, but
Onions,
I feel like for the full fajita experience, it's got the receptacle has to be because no one's a maniac. No one gets the fajita, the sizzling fajita plate and eats with a fork and a knife. Like you're a fucking weirdo. Yeah, no, you gotta, and you might finish it off like that. Of course, everybody finishes off the fajitas by scraping the last little bits of the real burnt peppers and onions into a little corner and grabbing all that. But the first bite has to be recepted into the first bite. You can grab a piece of steak on the first bite, but at least the second or third bite has to be put on a tortilla.
Yeah, they give you the 3 tortillas in the little container with the steam, right? And you fill. Here's what always happens with me: I run out of meat by the second one, right? So my third tortilla that I have is the leftover remaining scrapes of the peppers and onions.
Right, it's a terrible concoction of sour cream and pepper and onion. And you're like, this is not very good. I don't know why I'm still bothering here.
And you're stretching your neck and looking on everyone else's plate. Are you going to eat that? And you're throwing that in there, and then the third one is really just a Frankenstein fajita of whatever's left on your little bit of guacamole if there's some left over. You just throw everything in there. Because you've used everything with the first 2 tortillas. That's usually how it goes. As we move on with Elimination Chamber.
Any other thoughts on Becky and AJ?
No, look, I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why anyone wants to see AJ Lee wrestle any further. That's just my only thought. Why? I mean, why?
We did the WrestlePalooza thing, and I thought we were good.
Is she going to slay again? She did that? Like, what do we do? Like, is that,
You still got it. It's like, well, she just wrestled like 4 months ago. We can't do this.
Is Becky still going to be scared of her despite being twice her size and cower in the corner?
Yeah.
I thought this was done. I didn't.
Nothing is done in Paul Levesque's WWE. It's always.
That's true. CM Punk defends against Finn Balor. Balor doesn't have any chance to win this title.
They've already built the WrestleMania match.
Right.
Gabe Sapolsky is rolling in his grave at the idea that you are going to have Roman Reigns and CM Punk have a long promo segment, talk about how they're going to face each other at WrestleMania, and then say, "Oh yeah, Finn Balor, yeah, you got a title shot too, man." What are we doing here?
I don't know. This is such a waste of everybody's time. I don't.
You know what is interesting though, Joe, and I don't know if you've watched the build to this. I've been locked in on Raw and Netflix. What's really cool though is they're doing this story, and try to get with me here. So you got Judgment Day, this unit called Judgment Day.
Yes.
A lot of people involved. There's men, there's women. What they're doing is they're not seeing eye to eye, Joe, at all in this Judgment Day. Finn's kind of not trusting JD McDonough. Finn's not quite, you know what I mean? It's really interesting the way they're doing this with Judgment Day. They've been doing it for 5 straight years.
Storyline.
Yeah, it's a unique story. I mean, they've been doing the same thing for 5 fucking years, but this time, I don't know. I'm thinking
maybe it'll culminate here.
Right? Maybe Finn will finally once and for all not say, "Hey, if you guys don't help me or do help me." I don't understand these WWE units. I fucking cannot stand. The Judgment Day for 5 straight years has done every week the same promo backstage.
Yes,
where Finn Balor goes, "Where were you guys?" Or "Why didn't you guys help me?" Or "Why did you help me?" And then the other guys go, "Hey, we were just looking out for you." And he's like, "I don't need help," or "I do need help," or it's like, what is this? And then the women,
when they're not callously recreating the Janelle Grant selfie.
Correct. Yes,
they're doing what you're saying. Yes.
Ash in the chat, your boy Ash in the chat says, "My ADHD wife says y'all preview WWE like she does laundry." It's perfect. You should see my ADHD wife doing laundry. It is infuriating. And I don't know if she does it on purpose so that I just do it for her, but it is infuriating, and I just do it for her most of the time.
I'm not a laundry. See,
I hate it. I hate laundry, but I can't stand the way she does it.
I don't handle the laundry. Our little arrangement, she handles the laundry. I have no interest in it. I hate laundry. I'll cook every single fucking meal that ever gets eaten in this house. I'll do all the grocery shopping. I'll clean the kitchen. I'll do the dishes as long as I never have to do a single piece of laundry. That's our arrangement.
I cannot stand it either, but I unfortunately, because what'll happen is she'll let 8 loads of laundry will get done. Yeah. And just sit there until it's a monumental
she leaves
task.
It in
then the bins are just toppling over. Our dog's gonna get, it's gonna collapse on our dog and kill him. Yeah. And I'm like, you got to take care of this. So she's like, okay. So she dumps it on the bed, and then she finds one sock. It's like an orange sock. Right. She's like, I have to find the pair, and I'm like, no, you do not. No, you do not.
Just
you need to find
it all. We'll figure it out later.
I'm like, you got to split up. Find all your shirts, put all your shirts in one little pile. Find all your socks, put your socks in one pile. Find the underwear, put it in one pile. She will find one pair of underwear and then one sock and be like, I got to find the other pair of this sock. And then sort through the entire thing to find that one orange sock. And I'm like, you are never going to finish. And she never finishes at all.
You just have to grab clumps of clothes, wash them. You have to take a Sunday and just...
It's the putting away. It's not the wash is easy.
It's the putting away. The putting away
is the problem.
You just have to take a Sunday and just wash it in 8 different clumps and set the socks aside when they come out of the dryer and match them up later. You cannot try to wash the socks together. You can't. I'm with you. That's untenable, Rich. You can't do that.
Well, no, it's untenable to watch her put it. Then when they're cleaned, that's the issue. Is the pile is here, and then she's sorting her laundry, sorting the clean laundry.
After they're out of the dryer?
They're out of the dryer, she'll find the giant pile, the fucking leaning tower pizza that's on our bed, and she'll find one.
Now she's
orange sock. And she's like, I find the match for this. And I'm like, no. You have 100 pieces of laundry here. You would divide and conquer. Put all the socks off to a side.
Put them all aside.
Put all the shirts off to the side. Put all the underwear off to the side. And then little by little, then once all the socks are in one big pile, it'll be much easier. But no, it's like, well, I need these pants for tomorrow. And I'm like, well, you could get those pants for tomorrow, later. We have to get the whole thing done. It's got to get the whole thing done, and it's it's horrific.
Got to get this preview done too.
God, I guess we'll never finish if we don't do it. So yeah, go.
Well, listen. I know how much time we need for the New Japan stuff, so I'm stretching this out to fill the show properly. Women's Elimination Chamber. In alphabetical order, we've got Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, who, oddly enough, there are many Kiana James-like performers in Property Sex, which we mentioned earlier.
There are. Big fan of the Kiana James.
Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley,
Yeah.
and Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time in the Elimination Chamber.
Did you see Tiffy Time's quote today?
No, what was
She
her
was
quote?
on some show and she's like, they've done nothing interesting with me for a year. And it's like,
Wow.
She's not wrong.
Wow.
She's not
Yeah,
wrong.
well. Do you think she's getting a little pusheroo again here, or what?
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't
she
know.
gets pushed, but they don't do anything. It's
They
not
don't do anything interesting. Yeah.
They don't do anything interesting for anyone.
Yeah, I was going
So
to
what
say,
is she talking
Tiffy, like
about?
you're not, everyone's doing the same bullshit, boring ass stories. So don't take it
Well,
personal.
there's your breakdown of the Women's Elimination Chamber. So WWE Men's title elimination.
This is for the undisputed WWE title.
For number one contenders, not for the title.
Yes, number one contenders. They're going
Randy
to go
Orton.
to WrestleMania. Whoever wins this, Michael Cole will say, this man is going to WrestleMania.
Right. And everyone else will have a WrestleMania match too, but they're not going to WrestleMania.
They're not going to WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes will point at the WrestleMania sign and they'll say, Cody Rhodes is going
Why?
to WrestleMania.
Why do people like this?
I don't know. I paid $300. And that was the cheapest ticket, Joe. That was the nosebleeds.
It's so bad.
It's
I'm
not
just
very
sitting here
good.
thinking about how I have to watch this at some point. Gross. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, L.A. Knight,
L.A. Knight.
Jey Uso, who's in it accidentally.
Right. It was supposed to be Bronson Reed, but unfortunately it's
Right.
two. So
So now it's like all baby faces too, on top of everything else. Trick Williams and Javon Evans. There's one heel in this match. Right? Trick
yeah,
Williams,
Trick.
that's it?
Yeah, Trick. Yeah.
So the big talk is, are they going to give the big pusheroo to Trick or Javon Evans? The answer is no.
The answer
Okay?
is Cody. The answer is Cody Rhodes. So
The answer is no. That's not going to happen. Quite honestly, though, if I could be serious for a minute, nor should it happen this soon. I mean, first of all, Javon Evans is never going to be a top guy. People need to get that out of their head. Trick, I don't know. You're
can't
not
go.
main eventing WrestleMania with Trick Williams
can't
yet.
go
You're
yet.
not doing
He can't
that.
go yet.
Okay, so yeah, eventually you're going to push Trick. You're not pushing him right here, right now in this match. So I don't think you can do that, especially when you're struggling to sell tickets for Mania as it is. So, yeah, Cody will probably win. So,
I think Cody will be going to WrestleMania to face,
yeah.
what is it, Drew McIntyre, I believe, is your undisputed WWE champion right now. Yes, Drew McIntyre.
At least we don't have to hear that. You know, the worst part of his theme, which just grates your ears, is on top of that, the laser lights they do for
Yes,
him do not
the blue
agree
lights
with
are just-
HD.
Yeah, they're just
Like-
shining in your eyes, and you're like, oh.
It's not even, you get that breakup effect
Oh,
because
yeah,
it
it
doesn't
does.
agree
It
with
does.
the HD.
Yeah.
It's his entire entrance is just dog shit in every way. The
No, most
song,
of his matches are dog
the
shit
lasers.
too. So why change that?
Yeah, so there you go. That's Elimination Chamber.
Hey, I get it for free now. Xfinity finally linked up with
They finally-
ESPN
all right.
Unlimited. So I canceled my ESPN Unlimited and I linked up with
us
Xfinity.
$145 per match.
Yeah.
So that's good. I get it for free as well, thankfully.
Is that it? You only said 4 matches. Are you sure that's it?
That's the whole card,
Oh.
Mitch Craich.
Yeah,
That's the entire card. 4 matches.
Oh, there'll be a couple matches on Sunday Night Heat, I'm sure. So
Yeah, yes. Raven is defending the hardcore title against Crash Holly.
Crash Holly and
So-
Rhino in a triple threat match. Yeah.
Yes, and then 47 other people will run in
Yeah.
and win at some point. And Mike Chiodo will be very busy in that one, counting pinfalls.
I saw Jerry Lynn. I saw your boy Mr. JL win the light heavyweight title at a dark match, or a Sunday Night Heat match at Backlash 2001. He pinned who the fuck did he beat? Did he beat Dean Malenko?
A moment you'll remember forever.
Yeah, I remember Jerry Lynn. I don't remember who he beat though in the Sunday Night Heat match. Let me see.
Well, did he lose it?
Crash Holly. Why was Crash Holly the light heavyweight champion? All right, well, yeah, Jerry Lynn won the WWF light heavyweight title.
Crash Holly held that belt.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they had already given up. That was one of the 7 times they gave up on the light heavyweight title.
Yeah,
in Vince's tenure.
Yeah, he liked that Crash Holly though.
He loved Crash Holly.
Yeah. Well, he was wacky and zany.
Yeah, made funny faces.
Yeah.
Mike, what was it? Mike Lockwood, shoot name. Parentheses, Mike Lockwood, or whatever.
Mike
this
Lockwood.
is the Observer. Yeah, Michael Lockwood.
29, benches, 290 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, and then the box. Joe, the box. We forgot about the box. There's a box.
All right. Well, the box.
There's a box, and they're gonna take somebody out of the box, or a thing is gonna come out of the box. Like, is this can't be a good idea, right?
Tommy Rich is in the box.
Maybe nobody. Chainsaw Charlie.
Abdul the Butcher.
That'd be
Terry Funk.
Terry Funk, yeah. I said Chainsaw Charlie. But... yeah, we're doing the box gimmick. Sure. Is it going to be Danhausen? I mean, who's going to care if it's Danhausen?
Golga. Could be anybody.
Could be Golga. Well, that's a tough get these days, but...
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I see people talk about Chris Jericho. Like, Chris Jericho's not coming out of a fucking box.
He's not come out of a box.
Right? Like, you think Chris Jericho's going to say, yeah, sure. Open the box and I'll come out of it. Like,
maybe it's Ted Arcidi.
Ted Arcidi. No. I am now. Is Ted Arcidi alive? He seems like a guy who is not alive. Well, let's find out if Ted Arcidi is alive.
I don't remember him. Dying.
Oh, Ted Arcidi is alive. He's only 67 years old.
Yeah.
Does that shock you that Ted Arcidi is only 67?
I mean, he was around in like 86. So no. It's about what he would be, right?
He's 67 though. That's pretty low.
Yeah, he would have been 40 years ago. He would have been 27 during
all right.
It's about right. It's just because everyone else is dead. So you think
right, all of his contemporaries are dead, yeah.
Yeah. So you think that he would also be
well, it's like the Warlord thing too, where you see Ted Arcidi and you're like, well, that man's heart exploded, and then it didn't. So
right. It didn't. It did not. Strangler Steve DeSalvo, now his heart exploded.
His heart did explode. My God, I'm looking at photos of Ted Arcidi. Holy fuck, I forgot how shiny
Ted Arcidi was. He was
good.
A unit, as the kids say. He was a unit.
God damn it. Where is Ted Arcidi in today's wrestling?
He's in the box. It's Ted Arcidi.
I would love that.
They even gave him an LJN. He had an LJN, Ted Arcidi.
Did he have a big chest? Was he had a big puffy chest?
Rubber guy.
Nice.
Big rubber guy. He was a jobber in my fig fed. Ted Arcidi.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair.
He couldn't work. I was a work rate mark even as a child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know who was actually work rate guys, though, or did you just, like, think? Like, because I grew up thinking Ahmed Johnson was, like, the greatest wrestler ever because he did cool shit. But he was the idea of work rate to me. I was a work rate nerd too, but I was like, yeah, Ahmed Johnson.
Know the term.
Like, right.
Like, I didn't know the term work rate, and I didn't know, but like, as I got older, I realized that most of the guys I liked were work rate guys. Like, you see what I'm saying? But I'm trying to think, who was the worst guy that I liked that I thought was good?
Yeah, because mine's Ahmed. Because Ahmed stunk, but I thought he was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really come up with one.
Like from your Fig Fed, who was like a work rate guy that...
Well, my favorite guy was Tito Santana because not only did I like Tito, his figure had the right, like the way his arms were positioned and everything. You could do a lot of cool moves with him. Like some guys had bad arm positioning. Like Rick Rude had his hands behind his head, right? Like that was awful. Like you couldn't do much with him. Like I liked the way Tito was in like a natural wrestling stance. Plus it was Tito. So Tito was always pushed. I always pushed Tito. But I also mirrored real life. Like I didn't think it was realistic to not push Hogan. So I always had to push Hogan.
Yeah,
too.
You felt obligated to. You got to draw the house. You got to draw the house in your basement. So it's like.
Right. So I always pushed Hogan, even though I was never a Hogan fan. I always, I would push like Big John Studd, even though I never liked Big John Studd. I got to push him. Guy's a big star. Heenan family, But I love that Tito figure. The Killer Bees had good figures too.
Yeah.
They had good looking figures. I remember my friend Dale, he took his Killer Bee figures and he used powder blue whiteout and turned them into the Rougeau brothers, which I thought was very creative.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So because B. Brian Blair was Raymond and Brunzell was Jacques, and he painted over the yellow and black with the blue.
This is like All American Boys era Fabulous Rougeaus, right?
Yeah, he painted their tights powder blue, and he turned them into the Rougeau brothers.
I mean, they kind of look like. I mean, to be honest, like figure wise, they kind of worked. Yeah, it did kind of work with the.
It was very creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing these days?
My friend Dale, I have no idea.
Yeah, is he still watching the wrestling?
I don't know.
Probably not. Nobody is. None of your friends that were growing up are still watching, except for maybe a couple. But I'm at like one or two basically.
Yeah, well,
and even then, it's not. They're like.
You don't think they're going to be locked into Elimination Chamber?
They might. That's the problem. That's kind of where we deviated. We deviated in like 1999, to be fair. Because I was like, actually, Dean Malenko is the greatest wrestler in the world. And they were like, okay, you're dumb. So that we deviated pretty early. I was like, actually, Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio are the only good wrestlers in the world. And they were like, they're more.
They liked Mr. Ass.
Yeah, they were more for Val Venus and Mr. Ass. And I was like, okay, we're done here. Yeah, we're done here. Yeah. So. I'm watching Steve Carino. I'm watching Steve Carino on ECW, and I'm like, now that's heat. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like we deviated very quickly, and we found different paths towards wrestling fandom. Yeah. Then we didn't talk about wrestling anymore. They still kind of watched. We watched in but we were like two shifts passing in the night. It wasn't good. So.
All right, we got 38 minutes to do New Japan. I timed it perfectly.
Nice. All right, let's do it. Oh wait, no, Stand and Deliver. We got to talk about Stand and Deliver.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry, New Japan.
I forgot about Stand and Deliver. Well, that's going to eat into the New Japan.
So did the ticket buying audience. Also forgot about Stand and Deliver because they didn't actually release tickets yet. But yes, last year they did.
Last year it was held early in the morning because of the time difference, and it didn't draw. Half the arena was empty, like curtained off empty. So I think they wisely just figured, all right, NXT doesn't draw anymore. It doesn't draw on the road. We've been talking about that for at least a couple of years now. This is hardly the black and gold era of NXT. So it's hard enough to fill, a bigger building with NXT to begin with. Then when you have to do it the call time for that show last year was like 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, it went. I think it went live like 10:30. It was like 10:30 or 11. The show went live. So yeah, the call time was like 5-6 a.m. Which
yes, I don't know if it was that early, but it was. I don't remember the exact time, but it was super early. Because someone complained to me about that, and it's hard enough. So they just fuck it. Let's not do it. I understand, but the reasoning that they gave was very long-winded when they could have just said nobody bought tickets last year and no one's going to buy tickets this year, so we're just not going to do it. Now maybe if they get back, well, next year's Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So I don't think they're going to bring the NXT crew out to fucking Saudi Arabia to do an NXT show, right? I mean, so there probably won't be one next year, but maybe when they're back on the East Coast, they'll bring it back, the NXT show, and by then, who knows if NXT will be hotter? Who knows if the business will change by that point? But this could be the end of this. I mean, they might realize, hey, we can live without doing an NXT show on these weekends and just fucking stop doing them.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think that's probably what's going to happen here. So for to kind of catch everybody up on the story here is Stand and Deliver, which was previously announced by WWE as taking place WrestleMania weekend, though tickets never went on sale for that show. They're moving off the weekend. They're moving to the Factory in St. Louis on the 4th, which is a small venue in St. Louis too. It's not a big time. Yeah. It's not like their big hockey arena or whatever. It's just like a little theater. And again, we've been on top of this for 2 years now. When they started advertising them as WWE shows and not NXT shows, thinking they could trick people into thinking they were buying tickets to a WWE show and not an NXT show. That didn't work either. And these things just do not draw at all. And it's just wild that we got here because, these stand and deliver shows, they've been piggybacking off WrestleMania since 2021. But the takeover shows, it dates back many, many moons ago. And I was at a takeover. I went to that takeover the year that we went to Mania in New York. And it was at Barclays, and that motherfucker was sold out 100%. There was not a seat to be had in that building. The only reason I got in was I was at Rev Pro, right? It was Rev Pro in New Japan, what was that show? I was there with you. It was like a Rev Pro New Japan hybrid. It wasn't WrestleCon though, right?
No, it was a I think it was technically a Rev Pro show, but it had a lot of New Japan guys on it. Tanahashi was on it.
Yeah. Ishii was on it or whatever. Yeah, so during that show, we checked our phones and we saw that there was a bunch of production kills. And a row of seats opened up, and me and the guy I was with, Sean Flynn, we were like, should we go? And we're like, yeah, why not? Tickets were pretty cheap, and we had to leave, unfortunately, early. The Roppongi 3K or whatever, we didn't get to see their match. Many people left during their match as well to go to TakeOver. And I remember getting to that building, and it was sold the fuck out. We could not have gotten tickets if it wasn't for those production kills. And that was the case for a lot of different NXTs. And now we're at a point where they're just bailing on the weekend. They're just not even running the weekend. So it's pretty funny how we got here. And it's probably not enough of a story as just how much of an anti-draw NXT has become in recent years, even though Chef Michaels, like you said, though, we're not really seeing the Chef Michaels things anymore. I think people have kind of stopped cooking with Chef Michaels, but it's just wild how NXT had, a little bit of buzz there. A lot of buzz for a while, and then it kind of died out, and then they kind of regained some buzz, and now it's nothing. It's zero.
There are still some dyed-in-the-wool NXT hardcores who are perplexed that it doesn't get praised and who melted down when the Observer Awards named it the worst show. But, yeah, it's far less than it used to be. But yeah, it still appeals to someone, which is crazy. But not enough to sell tickets to a basketball arena. And it hasn't been that way for a long time now. So I'm actually okay with that. We would have been obligated to watch it, and I don't want to watch it. So it's one less show to have to watch WrestleMania Weekend.
It's fine. And there's so many shows this WrestleMania Weekend. I don't know if you checked in yet, but it's
God,
there's a lot of shows. A lot of shows this weekend. Everyone's unloading everything because they're not going to be there next year. Because I don't think anyone's going to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to run their indie show. So we'll get there when we get there. WrestleMania Weekend coming up here in a little bit. But all right, sorry. Let's get to New Japan.
Yeah.
Let's talk New Japan here. So I'll start off with New Beginning in the USA coming up this Friday from Trenton, New Jersey. Main event of this one is Yota Tsuji versus Andrade for the global heavyweight title. Now, Joe, I ask you this question. What % chance do you have that Andrade wins this global title? Do you think it's zero? Because I'm kind of close to zero, but I've seen some people say if you're going to have Tsuji lose a title, that would be the one that makes sense to have him lose.
Well, they got to get it off of him.
Do they?
Problem is, it's your world champion losing. So then you would think that Andrade would have to get a regular title shot after that. I'll say 40% Andrade wins. 40%.
Yeah, that's my one hang up that I have is just that I agree with you that it'd be nice to split those titles, but I think the way that Tsuji's selling them is that when I do overseas matches, I will defend the global title, but when I'm in Japan, I'll defend the IWGP. And if that's the case, then he could just hold both titles for,
I suppose,
the rest of the year. And the optics of the New Japan IWGP Heavyweight Champion losing in the main event to an AEW wrestler is probably not great.
Yes. But Andrade, he's part of United Empire and all that. But I get what you're saying. The hardcore New Japan fan is not going to be thrilled about that at all if they do that. I personally see Andrade as a New Japan wrestler. I see him as both, similar to Gabe Kidd. But I'm not super hung up in those politics like a lot of people are. And I don't take a lot of offense to those kind of booking decisions. But yes, you're right. There's a contingent of New Japan fans who absolutely will lose their fucking minds if Andrade beats that guy for that title and then is flaunting it on Dynamite.
Right. Well, even though he's in New Japan, they see him as an AEW guy.
Correct. Just like Kid, and that's why Kid lost steam. So like Takeshita, why Takeshita never caught on. So yeah, no, I agree with you from that standpoint. Yeah.
So we'll see. Should be a pretty good match, though. I'm pretty confident it'll be pretty solid. IWGP Women's Title, Shuri defending against Athena. Don't think Athena's winning this one. I think Shuri's going to retain this guy, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I mean, if New Japan wants to put it on Athena, they'll put it on Athena, and I don't think it'll make one bit of difference either way.
No. Yeah, Athena's kind of... Remember the Athena thing was a thing for a while, and now it's just like, oh yeah, Athena.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that ran out of steam ages ago.
Yeah,
ages ago.
Yeah, people have been like, hey, you should put her on the AEW, and it's like, there's a reason she's not.
I mean, yeah, it's yes, there's other reasons for that too. Yeah, I mean, how much do I want to say? I guess I have to say something now. I mean, she's had a certain level of heat at different times, which explains partially why she has not been in AEW proper. How about that?
There you go.
Fair?
That's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
IWGP Tag Team titles. Kind of looking forward to this match. The Knockout Brothers versus the Gates of Agony of Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. I unironically think Gates of Agony are pretty awesome. I like their style. They're different than a lot of other people. I think they're getting a lot better as well. And I think them versus the Knockout Brothers should be pretty fucking good. So I'm looking forward to this match. I am looking forward to this. I've circled this one. Now, there's a 0% chance that the Gates of Agony win this match, but I'm interested. I'm interested.
Yeah, no chance. But yeah, they set this up after they beat who they beat? Umino and not Umino. Yeah, Umino.
Yeah, Umino and Uemura. Yeah.
Uemura. Yeah. So they came on the video board with Ricochet. So yeah, a little placeholder title defense. Knockout Brothers getting the big push, and they'll win this one. And could you imagine the meltdowns if
there's
AEW
the one to circle. Yeah, that would be tough. Yeah, they would almost sort of accept the Andrade. I mean, like you're right. The Andrade one would be like, yeah, he's a New Japan guy too, so you're kind of overreacting. But if the Gates of Agony are your IWGP, that's
and they're not, and there's no chance. But yeah.
That would be something. That would be a thing, indeed. New Japan World TV title. El Phantasmo defending his TV title against Konosuke Takeshita. Now, this one is Takeshita going to win this title from El Phantasmo? Like, I don't think Takeshita should be losing to El Phantasmo.
He's going to win. I mean, they set it up at Dash. You can't have... Look, Tony's not going to have that. He's not going to have ELP.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Neither Booker should have that.
I agree. I think Takeshita's going to win. I'd be fucking stunned beyond belief if ELP hits him with like the Thunder Kiss 65 or whatever he calls it and puts him away. I'd be stunned.
Does a little thumb thing after the match.
Yeah.
L.
Could be really good, though.
Yeah, it should be awesome. Yeah, it should rock. But really good. I feel like Takeshita is the world TV champion. I feel like we should be doing more with Takeshita, but whatever. It's fine. Whatever.
They tried to do more with them, and the fans didn't take to it. So, should they really be doing more with them? I don't. Plus, he can't be there full time.
Right.
I think that might be a nice little spot for him to come in and do 15-minute TV title matches a few times a year.
El Desperado and Kushida teaming up to face Alec Price and Jordan Oliver. Interesting little match here. Yeah. I'm a little worried about the effort level of my man Kushida, so we'll see. But it's an interesting little match there. I don't know. It's a strange one.
Yeah, I mean it's just a little undercard match. Tony signed Oliver and Price, hasn't done nothing with them, unless they're doing ROH stuff, which I'm sure they are. So yeah, what's funny is this is a New Japan show, but it's really a joint show. I mean, you look up and down the card, it's as much an AEW show as it is a New Japan show. So I don't know. There's not much to really think about here. It's just a little undercard tag.
Yeah. Speaking of odd ones here, AEW national title match, Ricochet. I always forget. Every time I read this, I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah, right. They have this title. I forget they do. Ricochet versus Taiji Ishimori.
Well,
if this match was from 15 years ago, I'm in, but I don't know if 2026 I'm into this match as much.
I am pulling hard for Taiji Ishimori to win this match. Hopefully he shoots on him and just takes it from him, because it means he keeps it away from Jack Perry, who inevitably is going to win it at the pay-per-view. And that just means more Jack Perry, not only on my TV screen, but on other shows as well. I hate Jack Perry. I can't express how much I dislike watching Jack Perry.
So when Taiji to shoot on him, that'd be. Taiji could probably beat Ricochet up in a fight, right?
Used to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps you fight. Aha.
New Japan Strong openweight title match. If he's fully healthy, and I hope he is, and it seemed like on Dynamite he probably is. Ishii versus Oleg Boltin sounds fucking awesome. So I hope Ishii's feeling good.
A lot of fun.
And this should be this is my match of the night. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just plain. We know what it's going to look like. We know what it's going to sound like, and that's fine. That's fine with me.
Are you put off and disgusted by this New Japan show the way you usually are with New Japan Strong?
No. Because the West Coast Wrecking Crew isn't here. So I'm no.
Shockingly.
Yeah. Because I don't have to say Royce Isaacs. Anytime I don't have to say Royce Isaacs, I feel like I'm like, all right, cool. Because those shows were all the same show. For like 4 years, it was the same fucking show over and over again. No, I'm not disgusted by this one.
Well, they dropped the Strong branding like we've been saying, right?
Yes.
So dumb. I mean, they should have never had the Strong branding. You're just telling people, come see a New Japan minor league show.
Come watch an inferior New Japan show.
It's called New Japan.
And then for the most inexplicable reasons I can ever imagine, David Finlay is doing a USA send-off in New Japan. Fred Rosser versus David Finlay.
Yeah. Well, I think the finish will tell us a lot about his future.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, maybe it's not a send-off again. maybe it was going to be a send-off, and maybe it's not a send-off anymore. We'll see.
He's in the spirit of Major League Baseball spring training, David Finlay at this point is like that unsigned free agent where we're now a week into spring training games and he's home tugging his collar, waiting for an offer to sign with a team before it's too late. This guy wanted to test free agency and he's testing it. And, maybe you like a fishing analogy. He's got that bobber just isn't moving, Rich. He threw that line out and it's no one seems to be super interested in his services. So, New Japan's like shoulder shrugging it. Well, you can come back if you want. I mean, we'll take you, which isn't exactly, a ringing endorsement of, and then WWE is like, you can like train people at the PC if you want and work the Largo loop, and AEW is like not even making the call. And, and it's, I don't know, the guy, this didn't work out as planned, at least as of yet, for young David.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty rough.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not.
There are people super high on him, and it's just I don't know.
None of them run wrestling companies.
The guy I've been watching for all these years, it's just there's a charisma issue, and I don't. He's a fine worker and everything, but I wouldn't be beating down his door to give him a massive 6 or 7 figure deal. You can get that production from someone else. It's you can get what he gives you. From
he's very replacement level.
Very replacement level. And it's ultimately he might just end up right back in New Japan, which.
It's going to be real weird given the whole kissing and the bowing and the
real weird and also so thoroughly unexciting. Who really wants to see him continue on in New Japan? I mean, you really get juiced up for more David Finlay matches? I mean, what else can you do with the guy? I mean, he's done everything you could do. You're never making him champion. So he held all the secondary belts and, we need a rebel. I don't need any more of that.
I'm good. I don't need a rebel anymore.
I don't no more of that. Like, it's time to move on.
I've had a rebel and I'm good. I've had more than enough rebel.
It'd be nice if they just, can't his dad just talk to someone?
It seems like it should, but it never happens. Yeah.
And just lock it up and, do your inevitable story with Brogan and fucking.
Who cares? Who would care about that?
I don't know.
Nobody. Yeah.
I don't want him in AEW. I don't want him anywhere near AEW.
No.
It's not a surprise that they don't seem too interested because he never really got booked on the Forbidden Door shows or anything. You know, it's not someone that Tony was ever really clamoring to put in a. I mean, he worked the one Hangman Page match on a Dynamite once, I think. Did he ever even work a Forbidden Door? I'm not even sure if he did.
Let me check. Off the top of my head, I think he worked. Well, I know he worked
not prominently.
No, I know he worked the Dynamite match. I definitely remember. I'm trying to remember if he did work a Forbidden Door. He may not have.
I don't think he
Let's
did.
see, All Elite Wrestling, David Finlay. He worked Dynamite match against Page, and then he worked at Wrestle Dynasty against Brody King, but that doesn't count. That was in the fucking Tokyo Dome.
Yep.
So he had the one match with Adam Page at the Cable Dahmer Arena, at the Jeffrey Dahmer Arena.
It's Tony never wanted to book him even, for shows like that. So it's no surprise that AEW hasn't been super interested. And they're doing a War Dog storyline, and they still don't want him. Like they have two of the War Dogs right there. Now. So, yeah.
I try to remember if that match was with him and Page was any good. I don't even remember.
It was fine.
It was David Finlay. It was David
Finlay match. It was fine.
right. Perfectly competent pro wrestling.
So if he loses to Fred Rosser, then, it looks like he won't be coming back. If he beats Fred Rosser, I don't know if that's any kind of like rubber stamp that he's coming back, but I guess it increases the odds if they're going to put him over. So
the other reason I don't want him to come back is that losing to Callum Newman on the way out is perfect. It's just like the perfect way to end his run. It's the perfect way to elevate Callum Newman. He sent that guy out of the company or whatever. It's just if he comes back and he's just like, hey, it's David Finlay again, like that. You know what I mean? Like that. Just it lessens Callum Newman's victory over him in a way, because I like it more. The finality of, I beat this guy and now he's sent packing. That just works. It works a lot better.
Yeah, it's doing a job on the way out and putting someone over. It's classic pro wrestling that you don't see enough of these days. And it does take some of the steam off of that if he comes back, because they'll just go right back to that feud. And it does take something off of that. The story should be Callum Newman ran him out of the company.
Yeah. So that's New Beginning in USA. It's a pretty decent looking show. We'll review it at some point next week, I'm sure, on the flagship. I don't know if we're doing two flagships next week, but
pay-per-view.
It is. It's a New Japan World pay-per-view. I forget how much those things cost. Let me see.
Now, is it worth the pay-per-view price? That lineup? That's a little more debatable.
$20 to buy the New Beginning USA.
Arg, matey. Sure.
Well, I did subscribe to New Japan World, and I watched all of the Fantasticamania, so let's talk some Fantasticamania. We had Walker Stewart doing solo commentary on a couple of the nights. We had Chris Charlton doing solo commentary on a couple of the nights on the English commentary. But, some fun stuff, some interesting stuff going on. How do you want to tackle this? Because there's a lot of shows. So Night 4 did not air on New Japan World, so we can just strike that one from the record. We did not watch Night 4 because we couldn't watch Night 4. It didn't air on New Japan World as far as I know. But, we had Night 3, Night 5, and Night 6.
Okay, we'll do this. On the 22nd from Osaka, I will just talk about very briefly the top stuff. I watched the Lightning 3-Way, which I don't ever need again, between Hechicero, Soberano, and Templario.
These guys don't know how to work a three-way match, and it's just kind of strange. And it's like, we don't need to do this.
And it went to the time limit draw. The work was very loose. They didn't seem like they were super motivated.
You know what I noticed in this match, and these guys don't do this all the time, they were kicking out before a kick out happened a lot. Like you said, these guys just didn't care. Like Templario would have a pinfall on, and it would be like 1, 2, and he's like standing up already before the guy even kicked out. It was like they were just moving to the next thing. They're like, all right,
there was a lot of seemingly miscommunication too on a lot of spots. It was just a messy, loose, showing a lot of light on a lot of the move. It was just not a good match at all. So, then the two tag tournament semifinal matches, Averno and Magnus defeat Atlantis and Atlantis Jr. Now, this match wasn't any good. Atlantis is fucking 1,000 years old, and he just I like him and everything, but it's just, it's Atlantis.
You got to find the right time in the right place with him. And a lot of that is like a singles match in Arena Mexico. He can still let it go. He's not going to be putting any effort in
something like this down.
Yeah.
It's just going to drag it down. I don't even know if it's effort. He's just, he moves like an old guy.
He is 65 years old or whatever.
Something.
So,
but the finish was incredible where Averno hits the Devil's Wings from the top rope on Atlantis Jr. to move on. And that would actually play into their match that they had later on in the tour, which was very, very interesting. So you have to store that finish away. And then Sky Team defeats Futuro and Valiente Jr.
I like this match a
in
lot.
The other semifinal. Yeah, it's good. It's a good match.
A lot of flying, a lot of effort too. I was surprised because the prior matches were almost no effort. I mean, Averno was like not other than the finish, he wasn't putting much effort in this. Magnus was just kind of doing heel shtick, like he wasn't putting much effort. Like we said, Hechicero, Soberano, and Templario were just kind of going half steam or whatever. And this venue in Osaka they weren't hanging from the rafters either here in Osaka. It was so I get it. I understand that you'd maybe not want to go balls to the wall here. But then this main event, I thought Mystico, who has no need to go balls to the wall on this show, night 3 of Fantasticamania in Osaka, does not need to work his ass off. And he was all over the place, and Dorado was all over the place, and Futuro was just, these guys were just going crazy here. So this is a match I would definitely recommend checking out. These guys were flying all over the place and jumping all over. A lot of high effort on a show where pretty much nobody else showed any effort. So I appreciated that at least.
So the 24th, they did the final in Osaka, but in the Bodymaker 2. And Sky Team won it as expected over Averno and Magnus. So, and that was a match of similar quality as well. So, any other thoughts on that? Or we move on to the show, the first night in Corrigan?
I think that I'm trying to see if I have anything else. Oh, Kojima was mixing it up here. They've broken him free of Okamura now that the tournament's over. And on night 5, he teamed with Tiger Mask against Stuka Jr. And Yasuda. Pretty good match, and Kojima's still got it, man. He's still so good, and it's like the crowd still likes him, and I'm like, I feel like you could do something with Kojima, right? Like every time I watch him in one of these shows, I'm like, there's got to be a better use of Satoshi Kojima.
They're
and I know I'm not saying the guy needs to have a world title run, but there's just got to be something else.
Yeah, working with Wolf. But they won't do it. They rather put Wolf with the House of Torture.
It boggles my mind.
Instead of with experienced workers who can teach him something. And where he might be able to learn something.
I mean, I'm watching Stuka Jr. and Yasuda, these two young guys, and working here with Kojima, and they're looking like $1 million. He's selling for them. They're selling for him. And I'm like, this is good shit. Like, we can use Kojima in so much of a better way. And they just refuse to. It just boggles. Fucking annoying.
So the second night in Corrigan is in a few hours. The first night in Corrigan had the 2 big matches at the top. Averno, to me, this is a huge upset. He beats Atlantis Jr. for the World Historic Light Heavyweight title. And he hit the Devil's Wings from the top again. They repeated the spot from the tag semifinal, but Atlantis Jr. kicked out. And now I'm scooting up to the edge of my couch. Okay. I'm like, we're heating up here. This match is working for me. And then he gives him like 2 more Devil's Wings in the center of the ring. And Charlton's like, oh, he's really making sure to put him away here. He hit him with a second Devil's Wing. And he beat him. And I couldn't believe he beat him. And to me, this came across like a huge upset. He beat the guy twice on this tour. Center of the ring.
Yeah.
And he took his title off of him, for whatever that's worth. So, fuck, man. Are these guys going to go back to Arena Mexico and keep this going? I hope they do.
I hope they do. Yeah, and this match was interesting because it was worked in kind of like an American. It was very slow at the beginning. And I'm thinking, these guys, this is no good. And Averno's not really trying here. And Atlantis is kind of clunky and it's not really working. But then it kind of built and it built and it built and it built and it built. And it was like a 20-minute match, 1844. And it built and it built and it built. And like the last 5 minutes are fucking awesome. And like you said, it's like we're doing near falls and the crowd's losing their mind. And Atlantis is losing his mind because he kicked out and Averno's pissed off. And it's like, this is good shit. Yeah, this rocked. This
quality pro wrestling.
Yeah. The last 2 matches on night 6 I thought rocked for sure. But yeah, this was great. This was must watch. Averno and Atlantis Jr.
And then Dorado over Hechicero. And look, Hechicero is legitimately one of the best wrestlers in the world. And he shows it every time out, whether it's an AEW, whether it's here on a tour like this or Arena Mexico. And it just goes to show the difference when a guy like Dorado is working with one of the best wrestlers in the world who could have a great match with practically anyone. And when Dorada's in there with another guy at a similar experience level to him, and you get fun flippy doos, but you don't necessarily get a cohesive match every time, which has kind of been my complaints with him when people go ape shit over some of his matches. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was okay, but I don't know. There's a lot of flaws there still with him. But that all gets covered up when he's in with a guy that's this fucking good, because you have a ring general in there who's really taking control of things. And the term I'm looking for is not making sure that Dorada works down to him, because that implies that he's not as good as Dorada. I can't articulate the point I'm trying to make, but he kind of harnesses a guy like Dorada and gives the match some structure.
Absolutely.
That it won't necessarily have if Dorada's in there with like Neon or somebody like that, and they're just going to go from spot to spot.
This was probably my favorite Dorada match I've ever seen, and it's for the exact reasons that you pointed out. Is because he's a great flyer. There's no doubt about it. He's very athletic. He's a great flyer. He does a lot of really cool shit. But yeah, a lot of it is just empty. I'm like, all right, yeah, flippy do here, flippy do there. It doesn't. This match was, yes, Dorada did those flippy doos, but it was more about the fact that his shoulder was fucked, and could he get out of Hechisero's submissions? And that was the hook of all these things. It was like, there was one big spot where he was just fucked. He was in the middle of the ring and it was over, and the referee's like, it's over, right? It's over. And Dorada's like, no. And Charlton's like, he's got to give up. His shoulder can't give anymore. And then Dorada slowly starts scooching over to the ropes. And it took like 3 minutes for him to get to this rope. And it was just agonizing. And the crowd is just screaming. And it's like the little stuff like that, like Dorada is, if he's in there with another guy, you're not going to get that sort of drama of Hechicero working a match where he's just targeting a body part and targeting his shoulder the entire time and building up to this one submission where he's got him fucking locked in and it's over and the crowd thinks it's over. And Dorada gets to that ropes and this Korakuen Hall just explodes because Dorada got to the rope and broke free of this, just little stuff like that. That's what makes a great wrestling match, not the crazy shit you can do. And Dorada, of course he's capable of a lot of crazy shit, but it's coloring in between those lines and it's really telling that story with it. So he still did all of his like signature crazy stuff, but it was just told in a better way too, where it was like Hechicero knows that he can do all the crazy stuff, so he's going to try to ground the guy and injure him and put him in submissions, and Dorada's just trying to get out of those submissions over and over and over again. So it worked. And when it was over, I was like, that I get it. I get why people like Dorada, but Dorada's not like this all the time because he's not in there with guys like Hechicero all the time.
I've often compared Hechicero to Tomohiro Ishii in that Ishii was always over more with Western New Japan fans, and Hechicero has always been over more with American CMLL fans. I think that's turned a little, but it just, we always wanted Ishii pushed a little bit harder than he was. I think we all want Hechicero pushed a little bit harder than he is pushed. In any of these companies, can somebody give him like a legitimate singles push, not to a world title or anything like that? But I would like either AEW or CMLL to push this guy. He's just so good. But like in my soul, I know it's never going to happen. This is his lot in life. He's going to be a guy that has good to great matches every time out and is just a solid backbone to any card that he's on. But for whatever reason, is not someone who's ever going to be featured. And from some extent, I understand if Tony doesn't do it. He's got quarter hours to game and pay-per-views to sell and those sorts of things. And it'd be a risk to try to get a guy like this over who I've never heard him even attempt to promo. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I'm guessing that he can't because otherwise they'd let him do it. But in Arena Mexico, man, I don't know. Like, why can't you push a guy like this?
Yeah, he looks great. The cool mask, cool style, cool. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're not saying he's got to hold the top title, or he's got to be in Arena Mexico main eventer for the next 5 years or whatever. But yeah, fuck, sometimes.
Why can't he be in a program at Mystico?
Right. I don't know.
Why can't that happen? And it would, Mystico would have to work a different kind of match and everything. I don't know. It's just he's the kind of guy who, again, it's more mirroring of Tomohiro Ishii, where it's like the ability, doesn't match the push. And he's just so good. So in a few hours, we have the Mystico Soberano Jr. match that everybody's waiting for. which Cubs fan was a little more tepid on than I thought he would be. You know, I set that up for him last week, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna have the match they always have." I'm like, "Oh, all right." I thought he'd be more into it, but and then Ultimo Guerrero versus Templario, so we'll be raising roofs in the semi-main event.
Oh hell yeah, we are.
2 other singles matches: Tiger Mask versus Magnus. Is it possible that Tiger Mask gets a win in his final Fantasticamania match
Against Magnus? Yeah.
Might be,
Because Magnus
but-
is kind of a heel shitbag. So yeah, you can. It wouldn't be impossible.
wearing the Tiger Mask style mask too, and he's, I don't know, it wouldn't. But Tiger Mask probably doesn't give a fuck. That's the other thing. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care.
And Averno against Sho Makato. He'll stretch him, and I wish he would stretch. He probably won't stretch him, but I wish he would stretch him.
Like old school stretch him. Yeah, I think this is Shomokato's goodbye as well. I think they're calling this like the send off series or something like that. So presumably that he'll lose here and then he'll be off to CMLL. So he'll go back, with them. So
and then we got a Halloween costume 8-man tag, another one of those.
Yeah,
and then,
I skipped most of those.
I had it.
Yeah, anytime the House of Torture was out, and anytime Ryusuke Taguchi was out, and anytime Unbound
Pharaoh
Co was
outfit.
out, I was like, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on all these. So
yeah, so that's later on.
who's Ultimo facing again?
Templario?
Oh, all right, hell yeah, okay. And
So he'll be
Corkin.
out there raising the roof, and Templario, semi-main event. So
When's
the
that show
last 2 should
start?
be real good.
When's that show start? I mean, it's probably fucking.
Probably 4 a.m. like
I was
usual.
gonna, okay, 4 a.m. Yeah. It's like if it's
Oh,
late,
you might be up.
I mean, yeah, I might be up. So why not? I was like, I'm up now, and I might still be up.
The problem is the shit you want to see is like
3:30 a.m. Yeah, the problem is it'll be garbage.
like 5:30 a.m. when the shit you want to see is on.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest time, for me anyway, because that's
That's my wake up time anyway. So
I can't stay up that late. I can't wake up that early. It's like, fucking. Well, if that's you're waking up when it's ending. It's a weird time. That's the worst time. So that's Fantasticamania, and I think that is it.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun tour. I can't recommend. I mean, I haven't watched everything, but of the stuff I've seen, there's been a couple of good things. Like, if you're looking for a catch up, I would say from the shows we just talked about, night 3, I thought the Sky Team versus Fratiro and Valiente Jr. Match was really good and well worth your time. I think the night 5, I would say the Sky Team versus Averno and Magnus is well worth your time. And I think the final 2 matches from night 6 are well worth your time. Averno versus Atlantis, and then Dorado versus Hechicero, well worth your time to watch those.
I don't think it's been a great tour, but I think that the stuff that we just talked about was pretty good.
Yeah.
The 2 singles matches in particular. I think you could skip the tag tournament, honestly. I don't think any of that's essential.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot better than it is. And having watched every single match of the tag tournament, I was left thinking there was like 2 good matches in the entire thing. I mean, there was a lot of low effort throughout it.
Well, the first round that we reviewed with Cubs was nothing. The first round that we reviewed last week, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
That whole show was kind of a nothing show. So I'm sure some of the stuff tonight will be pretty
Yeah, the last night in Cork, and they'll blow things out. I think it'll be pretty good. But there you go. So a lot going on.
We got Johnny Lucha Libre putting up his hair. Is that a hair match?
Yeah, Angel de Oro, right? Johnny, fucking.
What's he calling himself?
Johnny Arena Mexico. I forget. So sick of all the Johnny names. I don't know what his name is. Johnny Mundo, Johnny TV, Johnny Blackcraft.
He's getting a haircut, right? Or are they going to have the balls to put him over fucking one of their own guys in a hair match?
I think they have the balls to put him over.
I guess it's not a lock, right? He could win.
He hasn't lost yet in CMLL, man. I don't think so. I think he's won most of his matches. Okay, I'm looking.
So,
he lost 1 match to Soberano Jr. Otherwise, he's won every single other one. He beat Defuto and Flip and Esfinge, and he's won a lot of matches so far in CMLL.
Yeah, so he's doing a hair versus hair match on Friday.
Tomorrow.
Right? Tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Against Angel de Oro on top in Arena. Look, when these guys are away, they got to put these. It's tricky to put these cards together. But, man, what an Arena Mexico main event.
Johnny.
I hope it sells out just so we can say Johnny Arena Coliseo had a fucking main event sellout in Arena Mexico.
Yeah.
just for the bit.
Johnny Impact.
What is he calling it? Johnny Calibro? Johnny
Consejo?
Basura?
I think Johnny Consejo, I believe, is what he's going by. I thought it was Johnny Coliseo the other week, but I guess it's not.
Yeah. Johnny Basura.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Johnny Chupa Mepinga.
Yeah, well, I mean, hell, if he sells that bitch out, he's Johnny Arena Mexico, right?
That's right. Yes. Johnny, I got more curse words, but I don't know if they're slurs.
Yeah, you should probably be careful. Yeah, Johnny, we always said it'd be a funny gimmick, or we talked about this a couple weeks ago, it'd be a hilarious gimmick if we don't cover CML every single week, and then that's the week. We're like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one we dive in on.
This Johnny.
I mean, we've talked CMLL 2 weeks in a row. I mean, what more do people want?
Yeah.
You know, they want it every
Do you
week.
really want us to cover Johnny Impact versus Angel de Oro? I mean, do you really want
to
us?
do it? Instant reaction live.
Yeah, I don't want to sign up to their YouTube. So.
Oh, please.
I'll be watching. What am I watching on Friday?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll be watching. What do you watch on Fridays? Do you watch? Maybe the Clippers will be in town to take on the Bulls or something. DeMar DeRozan will be taking mid-range jump shots.
No, he's not there anymore. No, DeMar's a Sacramento King, sir.
I keep up with the NBA very hardcore.
Yeah, I could tell. So. Yeah, no, he's a Sacramento King.
All right, what, for like 3 years now?
It's been a while. Yeah, he's been there for a couple years, maybe 2.
Is he still taking mid-range
jump
shots?
Oh yeah. He's still wasting the whole shot clock and taking a contested 18-footer, and a lot of them go in. It's like, DeMar DeRozan, and it's like, yeah, all right. It's the reason all of his teams have been bad, and his team that traded him won the championship immediately after trading him. But all right, whatever. You know, guy gets buckets. Dude, DeMar DeRozan is like, he will finish his career as a top 10 NBA scorer, I believe.
It's crazy.
I want to say, where is he at right now? Like, where is DeMar DeRozan in top scoring? He's like very close already. Oh, he's 20th. So getting the top 10 might be tough. But he's got 26,000 points in his career. Oh, one day ago he entered the top 20. I mean, that guy is a top 20 scorer in NBA history, DeMar DeRozan. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
Yeah. What would be the comp for a guy like that?
Yeah, like Adrian Dantley or something like that. Although people like DeMar DeRozan and nobody liked Adrian Dantley. But kind of just a guy who just gets his no matter what. Doesn't matter what's going on in the team. It's just like, I got to get my 20.
He's like the Frank Gore of the NBA. Frank Gore is like a top 5 rusher of all time. But no one thinks Frank Gore was great or anything.
Yeah.
Know? So that's kind of the comp.
Oh, I see. Like, a guy who's like not that good but is the top.
But you look up and he's like, among the all-time leaders in his specific statistic.
Yeah, is there any like quarterback? I'm trying to look at the all-time quarterbacks. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning.
Frank Gore, it's got to be Frank Gore.
Because all these dudes in the top passing yards,
they're all Super Bowl winners.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all good players for sure.
Yeah. Vinny Testaverde in one time may have been the comp.
Fran Tarkenton or whatever. But
because Vinny
Fran was good. Yeah,
Vinny was
18th. He's still 18th in career yards. Wow.
There was a point where Vinny Testaverde was like 6th or something like that.
God, and he was never like
he's just an average player.
Yeah. He just hung around forever.
Average player. Yeah. Yep. So Vinny Testaverde would be your quarterback. Frank Gore would be your running back. Would there be a baseball guy like Nick Markakis when he was threatening 3,000 hits? That'd be your guy.
Let's see most hits in MLB history. Let's see if anybody is even close to this. I'm gonna say no. Yeah, they're all. Yeah, who's the first like guy that I'm just like, it's just a guy.
Nick Markakis had 2,400 hits.
Yeah, that would have been rough. Yeah, because even like Rafael Palmeiro. I mean, Palmeiro was a really good player. Omar Vizquel is pretty close too. Great defender. You wouldn't think of him as a good hitter though, and he's 44th.
Yeah, what you're looking for is a guy with a lot of hits, but was like an average player.
Yeah,
that'd be like DeRozan has a lot of points.
Yeah,
but it's an average player. Or a pitcher with a lot of wins, or something like something like that.
That's baseball's tough. It kind of comes out in the wash. You get a lot of hits, you're probably
pretty good,
pretty damn good player. Yeah.
It's hard to be average. But I think Markakis is our guy. 2,400 hits and 33 WAR for his career.
Yeah.
So that's the proportion you're looking for. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
109 OPS plus.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that range is actually kind of interesting. That 2,400 hits range.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that are just kind of like, yeah, that guy was like all right for a while, but like Mark Grace, good player, but I wouldn't consider him.
Petered out. It died on the vine.
Yeah.
Petered out. Yeah.
All right. I think we're done here. All right. That has been the Flagship Podcast. I want to thank you guys, of course, for listening. Subscriber-exclusive Flagship available to you guys on the $10 tier at flagshippatreon.com. If you want to listen to our extended AJ Styles discussion, a review of All Japan's Excite series featuring a Kento Miyahara Triple Crown title defense, Ring of Honor moving to studio wrestling, and our thoughts on that and how Ring of Honor can really differentiate itself when they move to a studio, as well as a bunch of other topics and a bunch of other content available on flagshippatreon.com as well. Another loaded week. There's been Flagship Pluses. There's been Thursday Dynamite reviews. I got a WXM review, number 9. The Indian Wrestling Promotion got one of those. Some retro stuff in there for you as well. Why you should watch. I did a new Why you should watch on a very fun match. The Armstrongs versus Bill Dundee and why am I blanking on? Bill Dundee and Jimmy Garvin. I don't know if you've ever seen this match. Really fun match. And it's just a random-ass collection of talent that all kind of came together here in November of 1986 and Jim Crockett. So I like doing that show, just a little Why You Should Watch, which, basically why you should watch a match. And I give you some background and some history about the people involved and the match and whatnot. And that's a fun one, too, because there's some taping continuity issues, classic WCW taping continuity issues here where this was taped before Starrcade but aired after Starrcade. So it's very interesting how they dance around what happened at Starrcade in this show. So good stuff in there. But there's that. There's plenty of other stuff for you. Flagshippatreon.com. All there for you. $5 tier or $10 tier that unlocks every single thing on that, including the subscriber exclusive Flagship. So, all right. That is it for us. We will talk again. Oh, the TNA review. Joe, rave reviews for your final send-off for Total Nonstop Action Impact, Thursday Night Impact.
Yeah, it was. I can't. It's too late to even come up with a joke. I'm trying really hard.
You're good. I can't think straight. It has to be listened to. It's got to be listened to. So if you want Joe's thoughts on the final episode,
you can't make people spend money to listen to that. You fucking animal. You can't do that.
Sure, I can.
Which is like, I have a baby now.
Yeah, these diapers are goddamn expensive. And this formula, this kid is eating so many ounces per day. We're up to 35 ounces a day. This formula, we're just blowing through it. No, I buy the freaking Impact review, all right? Is it for sale? Did you put it for sale?
I did not, because I'm not a monster.
You're not a monster. Okay, that's
I'm not a monster. I did not put that for sale.
Look, are you going to get a detailed review of TNA Impact? No, you will not. Will you unlock a lot of other content at the $5 tier? You will. You will unlock years and years and years of content at the $5 tier. So I'll at least it's not for sale. If somebody spent $3 on that, I would get a little upset. But they did not,
I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't put this for sale. No. I was like, if you're already subscribed, you're going to understand the bit. It was the most Joe Lanza bit humanly possible.
Very Joe Lanza.
But no, I could not put it for sale. I'm not even that depraved.
No, that's
and I'm someone who put my wedding ceremony.
You monetize your wedding. Yes. So that's the level, and think about that. So that's that. Yeah. That man thought of you in this time. So appreciate that. But anyway, all that stuff's available for you at flagshippatreon.com. Voicesofwrestling.com/Discord if you want to join the conversation on our Discord, and then make sure you go to our YouTube channel as well, subscribe and share those videos, because we're growing on YouTube. It's a nice little growth, and we're getting a bunch of new people that don't know about us that are watching on YouTube and finding and listening to the podcast from there. So that's always really cool, and that's definitely the goal and what we're looking to do with the YouTube. So just look up Voices of Wrestling on YouTube, and you'll find all that content there. But that is it for us. That is Joe. I'm Rich. Talk to you again next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Collins, and I am the host of the Gentleman's Wrestling Podcast, a show right here on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. On the Gentleman's Wrestling Podcast, we take a deep look at individual issues and stories that are going on in the wrestling world. Each episode is about a different topic, and we take a thorough and educated look at things ranging from current booking trends to breakdowns on individual performers and angles to investigations into different fan cultures across the industry. In addition, we keep a close eye on the wrestling media, and as a professional journalist, I bring a unique perspective to how current issues in wrestling are being covered and discussed through the wrestling media. We have a revolving series of guests from across wrestling punditry joining us on each episode, and we hope that you make the choice to give us a listen on wherever you get your podcast from.